Wheaties presents Dimension X.
Adventures in time and space, transcribed in future tense.
Dimension X. On stage tonight, Dimension X, another in the Wheaties' big parade of exciting half-hour presentations.
Just about the time you're getting up tomorrow morning, you know what's happened? You've been without food for so long that you gotta get more if you're going to get your work done. That's why first you need your Wheaties. Sure, Wheaties. Because when you dip into those golden flakes, you're getting real whole wheat. Yup, every single Wheaties is a kernel of wheat. And you know what that means? Vitality for working well, feeling well, looking well. Whole wheat energy, whole wheat vitamins. All the goodness of plump whole wheat in crisp little flakes that are mighty nice to meet any morning of the week. So be good to yourself. Tuck into the Wheaties at 7 a.m. and see if you don't feel the difference. Have yourself breakfast of champions and see how Wheaties at 7 can help at 11. Come on now, try them.
What will happen when man, finally conquering the galactic distances of interstellar travel, finds life on the strange worlds across the universe? Will he discover civilizations of incredibly advanced scientific knowledge, or primitive cultures deep in a stone age of savagery? Here is a story of the relation between men of our world and beings from beyond the stars. On the desk stood a yellow bowl, the profile a simple curve, clean and sharp. The body was thin without fragility, and the beauty of its shape was matched by the glowing intensity of the glaze, a glorious transparent yellow, soothing as sunlight, yet glowing with the fire of a volcano's core. The desk belonged to Michael Tom, Regional Administrator for the Department of Interplanetary Affairs.
That bowl? Why, it's a souvenir. I got it many years ago on the planet Fursk. I'd been out on the Channel Planet in the Frontier Service for 19 months. When my transfer came through to Fursk, I was surprised to see that I'd been promoted 3 grades, and my orders read to report to the regional office as assistant resident. My ship came in at Pinole Pond Spaceport, and I was met by the office car and chauffeur.
Mr. Tom?
That's right.
I'm Wirachek, sir. Welcome to Fursk.
Thanks. Well, I didn't expect to find a 1992 Rolls here.
The resident had it shipped out in parts. Mr. Koval changes every year for the new model.
Pretty smooth. Hey, this is certainly different from the Channel Planet. Nothing there but ice, frost fleas, and the dullest aborigines in the system.
Well, you won't find the aborigines very dull here.
What kind of people are they?
The Methuan? Well, they're humanoid. Very close to us systemically. Tall, sort of amber-colored and graceful.
Oh, is that one, the girl balancing the bowl on her head?
Yeah, she's a Methuan.
Uh-huh.
There isn't a very big human population at Fursk.
Well. Looks like Mike Tom has found a home in the service.
You haven't met Mr. Koval yet, have you?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing, sir, nothing.
Look, Wirachek, if there's anything wrong, you'd better tell me.
Well, there's nothing, sir. Nothing you won't find out. It's just that Mr. Koval is a very forceful personality. Very forceful.
We drove through Pinole Pond, threading our way through narrow streets between rows of low houses of reed, parchment, and wood. Canals of green water laced the city, and the bridges trailed ivy and orange flowers. Suddenly, we turned a corner, and there on the bank of the main canal was a large concrete and glass building, Earth-style. This was the district office, and in a room that gleamed with black plastic and glass, I found George Scoville, senior resident.
You're Tom? Michael Tom?
Yes, sir.
My last junior took off for the hills with a dancer from a Me Too and grog shop. If I have any trouble with you, I'll ship you back to Earth with a minus 50 efficiency rating. That clear?
That's clear, sir.
And don't get edgy with me. Sit down. Now, listen, Tom. I'm easy to get along with. I like things done right the first time. Got to give a good example for the gooks.
Gooks?
Yeah, the natives. I don't know what's good for them. I brought in a high-grade silica yarn to replace the root fiber they were using in fishnets. Took me 3 months to talk them into using it.
I thought the Bureau policy was to avoid introducing Earth technology to stable cultures.
Yeah, that's what those boneheads at the main office say. They don't have to live here. Have you seen those pigsties they live in? There isn't a concrete building on the planet.
The Me Too in delegation, Mr. Colville.
Tell them I'm busy for 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be going along then, sir.
Why?
Well, if you're busy.
Forget it. I always let those gooks wait at least 15 minutes. Softens them up. They're not hard to handle, if you know how.
I was assigned to pest control, a duty Colville considered beneath his dignity. In the next few weeks, I carted rat poison and insect spray through the poorest sections of Penolpan, where the trees ended and the plains stretched out to the Cookmank Mountains. It was there that I first heard of the potters of First. I had found a pottery bazaar, long shelves of jars of every size and shape, crocks, paper-thin vases, bowls, demijohns, tankards. The glazes were remarkable, deep, glowing colors. And yet, something was missing. I looked up and down the shelves.
Mr. Tom, is anything wrong?
No, it's just, Oh, I've got it. There isn't any yellow.
Yellow?
That's right. There are no yellow glazes at all. They have every other color. Ruby, green. There's a jar that's translucent, but no yellow.
Well, maybe it's a superstition.
Could be. Yellow might be connected with death or disease.
Well, you can find out, Mr. Tom. Here comes a Me Too, and she probably runs the place.
May I help you, sir?
Oh, you speak English.
I must. We trade with the Earth colony.
Your wares are very beautiful. For example, how much is this bowl?
75 credits.
That much?
They are our ancestors. And to sell them as cheaply as wood or glass would be irreverent.
Your ancestors? You mean the bowls?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Tell me, where's the pottery made? In Penolpan?
No, back there.
In the mountains?
There our ancestors go and the pots are brought back. Aside from this, I know nothing. The Metuan fear the potters.
Why?
No one knows what lies beyond the first hill, Earthmen. Sometimes we see the glow of furnaces. And when there are no dead for the potters, they take the living.
Living?
There are the potters now.
What are they shouting?
That they have sold all their wares. That they will ride back to the mountains now.
Hey, big devils, aren't they? Red hair.
They are very strong.
I think I'll visit the potters one of these days.
No, Earthmen.
No? Why not?
It is dangerous for you. They have guarded their secrets from all Penolpan. They are very fierce.
Tom, where the devil you been? I told you to get the estimates for that power plant.
I put them on your desk, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you did.
Say, what do you know about the potters back in the Cookmanks, Mr. Colville?
Huh? Oh, they're a tribe of bandits or something. Why?
I was at the bazaar today. A girl called the vases ancestors. Seems strange.
Ancestor? Well, it probably has something to do with religious death rites. They take away the dead bodies and cremate them for a fee or trade goods.
The girl said that when they don't get the dead, sometimes they take the living.
What? Well, so that's it.
What, sir?
Raiding. About every month or so, a couple of Me Too and turn up missing. The whole city clams up like tongue-tied parrots. For 2 years, I've been trying to track it down. Tom, these potters must be behind it. Raiding, huh? Now, we'll see about that.
No, we don't know anything definite.
Well, we will. Get Weircheck to roll out the copter. We're flying out to those mountains. I'll put a stop to this if I have to blow them clean off the planet. We'll never find a village in that mess down there. Look at those cliffs.
There's a smoke trail over there to the right. Potters need kilns. Kilns need heat.
That's a volcano, not a chimney. Let's try out along that ridge, then we'll go back.
Wait, I think we found them.
Where?
At the base of the volcano. Look close. You can see buildings.
Yeah. Set her down.
Should we land, sir? They're supposed to be pretty rough on home ground.
We're official representatives of the system. Remember that.
That might not mean much to a tribal mountaineer.
Don't argue with me, Tom. Land. Get your pistol ready.
I don't see anybody. The village is deserted.
They're hiding.
It's the Potters, all right. There's a heap of old broken jars. But I don't see the kiln.
We'll stay here till something moves. What's that?
One of the Potters. Wait a minute. Here they come. 3 of them.
You cover them, Tom. I'll do the talking. Hey there, you.
What brings strangers to the village of the Potters?
I'm Colville, chief of the Planetary Affairs Bureau in Penulpan. This is an official visit to see how things are going with you.
We make no complaints.
Oh? I've heard reports of you Potters kidnapping me, too. Is there any truth in that?
There is an ancient agreement. The Potters are granted the bodies of the dead, and occasionally, when the need is great, we do anticipate nature by a year or 2.
You mean you admit it?
The soul lives forever. In the bowl it's beautified.
What do you mean? Look here, just what do you do with the corpses?
Our glazes require lead, sand, clay, alkali, spar, and lime. All but the lime is at our hand, and this we take from the bones of the dead.
I see. Well, we don't want to interfere in any native customs or rights. Corpses, that's between you and the meat turn. If you need lime, I can ship you in tons of it.
Natural lime is a poor substitute for fresh live bones. The spirit of the person is in the bones, and it passes into the glaze and gives it an inner fire.
Well, you listen to me. I don't care what you use as long as there's no kidnapping or murder.
Tell me, Potter. I don't see any furnaces. Where are your kilns?
Our firing is done by the great monthly burn.
You mean the volcano?
Yes, Earthman. Once each month, the heat roars up white and glowing.
I see. Potter, why don't you ever use yellow glaze?
Yellow glaze? We have no metal to give the pure, rich yellow, the color of the sun. It is strange, Earthman, that you talk of the yellow, for my people have sought the sun glaze for thousands of years.
Listen, if there's any technical help you people want, that's my business. But there'll be no more murder. If necessary, I'll put a stop to the potting altogether.
Your words are not friendly.
Don't think I can't do it. I'll drop an atom bomb down the throat of your volcano and cave in the whole mountain.
We'd better pull out, Mr. Colville.
Shut up, Tom. You understand? My job is to protect everyone on this mud-hole planet. And that includes me, too.
Get back in the copter, Mr. Colville. They're getting ugly.
Fire over their heads. Keep them back.
Quick, get in, sir. They're scared now, but in a minute they may jump us.
All right, let's go. Don't worry, Tom. Now those cooks know who's boss. Now, sir, we won't have any more trouble from the Potters.
Colville kept me pretty busy the next few weeks, but I got to spending a good deal of time at the Pottery Bazaar with the girl. Her name was Sue Thin. She was interested in everything I had to tell her about the rest of the galaxy, and I was lonely, so I got to looking forward to my visits there. I was on my way there one evening when suddenly I heard shouts down the side streets. I hurried toward them, pulling out my gun. And then I heard the deep cry of the giant Potters and the crack of hooves on the cobbled streets. Suddenly, a group of riders burst around a corner and charged down on me. When they were gone, I hurried to the Pottery Bazaar. Sue Thin was gone.
Earthman! Earthman! She's not here. They took her.
The Potters?
She has gone to her ancestors.
Did they kill her?
No, they have taken her to the hills. But soon she will live forever, her spirit wrapped in the glorious glaze.
Sue Thin.
There is nothing to be done. When the Potters take you, it is the end.
They've been raiding again, huh?
Pour me two in tonight.
Bring the copter around in front.
It's ready.
Tom, I'm going to break out the atom bomb from the arms locker. You fly out there and drop it down that volcano crater. I'll teach those murdering devils a lesson they won't forget.
But the Meat
They'll
Twin
come crawling to the city on their hands and knees. I know how to run this planet.
Dimension X will continue in just a moment.
Friends, this is Frank Martin, the Wheaties man, and I want you to know an associate of mine, Ed Prentice. Okay, Ed.
Folks, I'd like to have you meet a good friend of mine and a prominent member of a fine little organization known as the Chicago White Sox, Mr. Lucius Benjamin Appling.
Ooh, Ed, don't say it like that. Who ever heard of a ball player named Lucius? What if I went around calling you Paul Edward Prentice? Let's just make it Ed and Luke, huh?
All right, Luke. Say, just how long have you been with the White Sox?
Over 20 years, Ed. Golly, I've played in darn near 2,500 games. Been at bat almost 9,000 times. Man, I'm from way back.
Well, Luke, you don't look it. How do you keep up the pace anyway?
Well, Ed, I sleep good. I eat good. I eat mighty good. Wheaties about 4 mornings a week. Those little old flakes put a lot of snap, even in an old-timer like me. Must be because they're 100% whole wheat. I sure like Wheaties and milk and fruit.
You know, Luke, that's exactly what I hear from a lot of ball players and plenty of other people, too. No wonder they call Wheaties the breakfast of champions.
Thank you, Mr. Prentice and Mr. Luke Appling of the Chicago White Sox. Mighty nice of you to say those good things about Wheaties. Now, folks, you and I may not be playing baseball for a living, but we can use those whole wheat Wheaties, too. Step around to the grocery tomorrow yourself for Wheaties, breakfast of champions. Breakfast for you.
There's the village window, chick. Swing over it.
Shall I pull the safety on the bomb?
No, hold it.
But Mr. Colville said
I know what he said. They got a girl down there, and I'm going to get her out alive. And I'm going to start by trying to talk with that 7-foot red-headed potter. All right, we're a check. Set her down right in the middle of Main Street. Have your gun ready, we're a check.
Here they come.
Tall one, the chief.
So, this is the insolent lordling again.
Come on, out of the copter.
Good. We are in need of bone lime, and yours will suit us well.
They're closing in, Mr. Tom.
Prepare your soul for the great burn.
Stand back. I'll kill a lot of potters, and you'll be the first. I've come for the full Me Too-ing that you took from Penultman. You don't seem to understand that we can punish.
We can kill you before you can do much damage. We potters do not fear death. Death is merely eternal meditation from the glass.
Potter, listen to me. I didn't come here to threaten, but to bargain. You have a Me Too-ing girl. Is she still alive?
She still lives?
Chief Colville gave me orders to destroy your volcano. We can do that easily. If I'm harmed, the next bomb will drop on your village. I've come down here against his orders to bargain.
Bargain? With what? We care for nothing but our craft.
Potter, I can give you the secret of the yellow glaze.
Empty words.
No, the truth. In exchange, I want the girl and the other Me Too-ing you've stolen, and your word not to raid again.
How would we get lime?
We've told you we can ship it in. Pure lime, as good as yours. Do the potters of Persk want the yellow glaze?
Why, that has been the goal of the tribe of potters for 1,000 years.
And if I show you the yellow glaze?
Earthmen, if it comes clear through the burn, I agree to your bargain. If it does not, your spirit will be lodged forever in the ugliest bowl we can spin on the wheel.
It's a bargain. All right, we're a check. Disarm the bomb.
Disarm it? Mr. Tom, are you crazy? They'll kill us. There'll be nothing left to stop them.
Nothing but the yellow glaze.
Yeah, but do you know how to make it?
We'll soon find out. I've been doing a little reading on the subject lately.
Reading? Holy smoke.
Enough, Earthman. I will take you to the potter's shed. If your glaze is the bright yellow of the sun, you live. If not, you die.
Come on, Renacek. Let's get to work.
With what? You never made a glaze in your life. What are we supposed to work on now? Our last will and testament?
Who's that?
Suzanne.
Are you all right?
Yes. Why did you come? They will kill you too, Earthman.
Maybe. How did you get in here?
When I heard that you were here, I asked the Chief Potter to come. He said it would not matter. They would have all our bones soon.
Cheerful soul. Hey, stir this, will you, Chick?
Yes, sir.
They said you were trying to make the yellow glaze. Oh, Earthmen, we will die.
This goo may turn out yellow. It had better.
No one on First has been able to make it.
But I'm not from First. Hang on, Suthan. We're not dead yet.
Earthman, I am glad you came. Although I wish you had not.
Suthan. All right, we're a check. Call that redhead. Tell him I got his glaze ready.
Hey! Hey, you out there.
Earthman, are you ready?
Here's your glaze. Test it.
You have 6 bowls of glaze.
I'm no potter. This stuff ought to turn out yellow, but I can't be sure in one mixture.
We will coat 6 tablets, one with each glaze. Then we will fire them.
How long will it take?
20 hours before you know if the burn has brought you life or death.
How long can they keep that up? It's been hours.
Tiles ought to be done soon.
Earthman, here comes the chief potter.
It must be time.
The tiles are cooled. It is time now to open the kiln and test your glaze. A bargain has been made. The glaze is yellow, or you die. I will open the kiln.
How are they, Mr. Tom? Mr. Tom?
I can't see inside. It's dark. All right, Potter, pull them out. What are you waiting for?
I will remove the first tile.
No.
A dull, dirty brown, Earthman.
Pull out the next one.
The color of mud.
Now, wait a minute.
What is the use? There is no yellow glaze.
Get that next tile out. We made a bargain.
Mr. Brown, your glazes are worse than the feeblest work of our children. Prepare your spirits for the great burn.
Now, wait. Look in there. The next tile. Get it out here.
Earthman, you waste time.
Well, I'll get it out myself. There. Look at it.
Yellow. Bright, shining yellow.
There it is. The yellow glaze.
Tom, where in thunder have you been?
Mr. Colville, I've been
I
trying
sent you out on business which should take 2 hours, and you stay 2 days. Why?
I got the 4-me-2 back, and I made a contract with the Potters. No more raiding.
You what?
I made a deal with them, and it turned out to be a better idea than yours.
You disobeyed. You deliberately... Tom, you're through here. Through with planetary affairs.
Listen, Mr.
If a man
Colville.
can't be trusted to carry out orders, he's not worth a lead nickel to the Bureau. Get your gear together. Leave on the next ship out.
Yes, sir.
Wait. You're on company time till 4 o'clock tonight. Until then, you obey my orders. Take the copter back to the hangar. Bring the atom bomb back to the armory.
I can't.
What?
I've been trying to tell you. There's only one way I had to make that yellow glaze.
Tom, what the devil have you done with that bomb?
I gave it to the Potters.
What?
It was the uranium salt that made the yellow glaze. The Potters didn't have any, so I gave them the uranium out of the bomb. That was part of the bargain.
What? You gave that murdering tribe of gooks that uranium?
You heard me. And if you think you could have used it better by blasting them out of that mountain, you're crazy.
Why, you abysmal, blasted imbecile. That's the only bomb we had. Those Potters could tear Penulpan off the face of the planet.
If you want that uranium, Colville, you can go out and get it. And if I'm fired, I'm through now.
Why, you fresh mutt, you yellow-livered louse. I ought to
If you
kill
asked
you.
me, I'd say it'd be dangerous business trying to get that uranium back now.
We're a check. We're a check.
Yes, Mr. Colville. Yes, sir.
Get the copter fueled. Get me a double holster and a full bandolier of ammunition.
Yes, sir.
Tom, when I get back, I'll see that you rot in the deepest cell in the Gallatin Tower. I'm going out now to those hills. I'm going to bring in that uranium myself.
2 days later, Wiracek came into my office. His face was pale, his hands shook with excitement.
He's here, Mr. Tom. He's here.
Colville?
No, the Chief Potter.
The Potter. Bring him in.
Should I call the guard?
Just bring him in. Well, Potter, I was just going to the mountains to see you.
Earthman, Does that bargain we made still stand?
Just a minute. First, I want to know what happened to my chief. He has not returned.
A madman came to the village of the Potters. He said you had no authority. He said he could not allow the Potters to keep the heavy metal that makes glaze like the sunset.
What happened to Colville? Tell me.
There was violence. He killed 6 good wheelmen. He was captured. I come to find whether our contract is good.
Captured. All right, Potter. The contract is good. It is bound by my word and by the word of my great chief back on Earth. But only if Colville is returned. He must be brought back.
Good. Then to seal the bargain, I have brought you the first bowl made with the new yellow glaze.
It's a beautiful vase, Potter. And now, about returning Colville.
It is done. The madman is a lucky man indeed, for his spirit dwells in the brightest glass ever to come from the great burn.
You mean that Colville...
Here, I return him to you. The fiery soul of the madman has given luster to an already glorious glaze. He will live forever in the shining light.
On the desk stood a yellow bowl, and the beauty of its shape was matched by the intensity of the glaze. A glorious, transparent yellow, fire of a volcano's core.
Tonight, Dimension X has transcribed The Potters of Fursk, written by Jack Vance and adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy. Featured in the cast were Carl Weber as Michael Tom, Wendell Holmes as Colville, and Raymond Edward Johnson as the chief of the Potters. Your narrator, Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman. Engineer, Bill Chambers. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward.
Check.
Directed by Edward King. Tomorrow, hear Sam Spade. Now, it's Truth or Consequences on NBC.
Check, testing. Oh, fuck it. Let's do this shit. Oh yeah, coffee, baby. my God. Hi, people. How you doing? I am here to pump you up this morning. Please, thank you very much for coming. I need to move that fucking thing. What the fuck was that? Holy hell. Good day, my lord. I thank thee. Shit. Holy hell. I'm here. I'm weird. Get used to it. Totally. I'm just waking up. I went to sleep super early last night, so I'm a little bit loopy today. The plan is to leave here at about 10 or 10:30 and drive down to Temecula. Hey, we're going to Temecula. Temecula. We're going down there to visit my brother-in-law and his family and all that entails. The head entails. Yeah. So anyway, January is finished. January's in the can. I have printed out new program guide sheets, and I am going to be working on the first week of February today. Well, while I'm here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What I should be doing is I should be taking a laptop with me, and I should be sitting in the back of the car, and I should be working on a fucking laptop. That's what I should be doing. And then I can get stuff done while I'm on the road, right? I don't necessarily have to drive. Just be available to drive. Right? Totally. Totally. So, yeah. It's Friday. It's friggin' Friday. It is the 20th. Be sure to tune in at 5 p.m. for the video time machine. I'm telling you, people, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's another good one. I love making those video time machines. They are a lot of fun to make and a lot of fun to watch. I can't wait to watch it, really. I haven't seen any of it. I've seen just enough to put it together. I've done enough checking through it to make sure that I did it right. That's it. Granted, I may have missed something. Like, there was one thing that I should have interjected, right? In between the movie trailers, I should have put one of those, hey, let's go to the snack bar and see what they got kind of things, right? But I forgot. Yeah. That's all right. And I still have no cereal bars. My cereal bars have not been brought home, so I am just kind of starving every morning until breakfast time. At some point this morning, probably around 8, I'll have a piece of toast, and then I'll be just kind of be waiting until everybody else decides they want to do something for breakfast, and then we kind of all get together on the same plate. Last night we brought home Panda Express. We went out. No, we didn't. My wife and daughter went out and got it. We had gone out earlier and gone to the, post office and hardware store and all that shit. Or was that the day before? Fuck out of it. All the days run together. I just know that yesterday I cleaned up my office, my studio here. I cleaned up the living room. I got everything nice and beautified and organized. And then my wife brought the tree in. And we decorated the tree. I put the tree together and put the lights on. And my wife and daughter pretty much did everything else. I'm not one to sit and put all of the little things on because, like my daughter, she says, I'm a perfectionist and I can't help trying to get it perfect and it makes me crazy. I said, yeah, I know. Well, you just walk around the tree and hang and shove, hang and shove, hang and shove. That's all you do. And you try not to focus on, once you've hung and shoved enough, then you can stand back and go, oh, this has got to move. Oh, this has got to move. Right? But for the most part, it looks beautiful. They have everything spread out. They've got a lot of color. Yeah. Lots of cool little funny ornaments and stuff. See the little elf? I got a little elf hanging out right there. You can just see him. And we got a Rudolph and a Mickey and some other kooky stuff. I don't have an Enterprise. I wish I had a Star Trek Enterprise there hanging on my ship. No. Yeah, we get to hang the Death Star on the top. It's going to be the Death Star on the top of the tree. That'd be cool. Yeah. I wonder how many people have a Death Star on the top of their tree. Anybody? Anybody? I got coffee drippings. Coffee drippings. I gotta wear a bib, right? Oh, not there. Not there, man. Don't knock the ash into the weed, doofus. Yeah, you doofus. What was you thinking? Yeah, the ash is a little lighter, so I can just kind of poof it out of there. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got a little piece of paper here. So, what's going on today? We're getting close to the holidays. It's Friday. Has everybody done their shopping? You got shopping to do over the weekend here? I imagine, I'm just imagining, but since we're going out today, we will probably do some more last-minute shopping. I don't know why I'm saying this. Just that my daughter has friends that she wants to buy gifts for. I think I got a dog situation, honestly. It's hard to tell. I just hear a little clicking of feet, and then I know that something's going on. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Ah. I know. It's my pain buddy. Hi, pain buddy. Hi, pain buddy. How are we? And what? I like that effect. That's fun. It's like opening a present or opening a door, right? Let's do it again. Man. Holy crap. Let me watch my monitor here. I'm looking a little glitchy. Am I glitchy on that side? Totally glitchy. Son of a glitch. It looks like I froze. Yeah, I got a big glitch going on, man. That's fucked up. I got nothing on my tech side here says that I'm glitchy. Everything looks pretty good. Really good, in fact. I don't know why I'd be glitchy over there, yeah? I don't know, you tell me. I don't know. Alright, enough of that shit. I'm gonna get my load on. I am going to get done here this morning and go jump in the shower. That's pretty much it. Gonna jump in the shower, get cleaned up, put on some nice clothes, and get ready to go to Temecula. Maybe I'll get them to talk them into swinging by a guitar center so I can go in and fiddle around with a couple of their electric guitars and kind of get the feel of what I'm looking for, right? Because eventually I need to get an electric guitar and kind of get back to business, right? Anew. So, like Bob Dylan, I'm going to go electric here. And once I get my new teeth, it's going to be time to double down on the old guitar playing and singing thing again. I've been staying away from it so that I could just get back into it with new teeth and not go from one to the other and have a really crazy head thing going on, you know. It's a psychological thing. It's a hard thing to deal with. So I didn't want to have the burden of having music yanked out of my life, right? So I just kind of set it aside. I wanted to do it by choice rather than, my teeth are gone, I have no choice. So I chose to set music aside months ago. But I really need to get back. Really. Really. No, really. I need to find some more Christmas stuff, but just as well I need to find some more commercials from other countries. I'm really starting to enjoy time traveling to other places now. So I won't just be exclusively time traveling through the United States. I will be time traveling throughout the whole world. Oh God, it's only been 15 minutes. I've only been on here 15 fucking minutes. Oh God, it feels like a half an hour at least. Ah, crap. 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 Okay, well, everything's still Vienna around here. I just can't get enough of this stuff. You know? I'm gonna have my daughter find us a show to go to, just so I can hear it again live. Yeah, really, really excited about this music. I love to be excited about new music, right? I can't get excited about new TV. Well, not much. I can't get excited about new movies at all. I don't see anything in movies coming out nowadays that is appealing at all whatsoever. It's just nothing. I have found nothing that I can enjoy in the theater. TV, I found a little bit. There's a little bit on TV, right? Not commercial television, although all of it's commercial television now. Streaming on Netflix, that 90s show. That's the one new thing that I can sink my teeth into, and it's all in the 90s, right? And I think that's why. You know, I never enjoyed the 90s. I can watch the show and look back at the 90s and laugh, because I didn't enjoy the 90s at all, whatsoever. The 90s was a transition period for me, and it was fucked up. I spent like 10 years alone trying to figure shit out, right? And, about 10 years. I mean, I really did. I went out on my own. I hooked up with this girl, moved away, did all kinds of crazy shit, and tried to go to school and tried to better myself, and she wasn't much help. All she wanted to do was fuck me over and party. So I spent several years after that alone and trying to find myself in the Renaissance Fair with the Grateful Dead, up in Mammoth on the, painting, doing the ski resort thing, and I just couldn't. It just wasn't me. It was everybody. All of my friends were doing it, and I thought, well, at least this will keep me busy and keep me from being a dumbass. And I finally had to leave all of that and go away on my own again, so that I could actually find someone, But for quite a few years there, during the 90s there, I was pretty fucked. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know who the fuck I was, where I was supposed to be, or what I was supposed to do, where I was supposed to go. Who I was supposed to be with. I was telling my daughter the other day that I think during the 90s, I had like 3 or 4 relationships. After a failed relationship in the early 90s, I had just a couple of relationships between then and getting married, right? Because I was just sick of the bullshit, right? It's like I could not find anyone that I wanted to date, let alone wanted to spend any time with. It was horrible. Yeah, the 90s sucked. And then I'm living in Mammoth, where the female population is like nil, right? So then the amount of single available females is low, and then are there any of them even worth your time, right? And it was like, no. I think in all of the years that I spent in Mammoth, like 3 or 4 years I spent living in Mammoth, there was only one girl that I dated up there, because she was the only one that I found to be even halfway cool. And she was a righteous girl, Michelle, another Michelle. And she was so bitchin'. She had a perfect body. She wore these goofy 1950s pointed eyeglasses. She had dark hair. She had kind of buck teeth. Tattoo of a pentagram, upside down pentagram on her around her belly button. That was interesting, which is neat because that was one of my symbols growing up when I was younger. So that was kind of cool. But she was really fun to hang out with. She worked at a video store, music store, and that's how I met her. And I was just finally like, you know what, you want to do something? We went out to dinner, And so we dated, and that only lasted a couple of weeks because one of us wound up. She left. She moved. I think it was she that moved away. Yeah, she moved away, and then right after that, I moved away. So it was no big deal anyway, because I knew I was getting the fuck out of there, and I knew I wasn't going to be hooking up with anybody. So it was just nice to have somebody to spend time with, But that was the last girl that I dated until I got married, and that was in 96, 97. It was about 97 when I dated that girl, and then I started dating my wife in mid-98. No. Early 99. We started dating. We met in late 98. Started dating in early 99. April. And then by December, we were married. And living together. I got an owie here. I got a frickin' owie. Pisses me off when that shit happens. Yeah, I don't know how I get these scrapes and pokes and shit. I don't know. I just, good morning there, arr. I gotta go heat my coffee up. Maybe put some ice on this owie here. But before then, cover me, I'm going in. Totally. All right. Totally. Oh, look, now you can see my Polaroid back there. Totally, man. Totally, man. Totally. Totally, man. Crazy, man. So now I gotta psych myself up for driving down to Temecula and back and hanging out at the in-laws' house. I'm kind of a fuddy-duddy, you know, because I'm not a real social guy. When I get around too many people, it don't matter who it is, I get around too many people, and I just wind up off in the corner. I go to open mic night, and I'm kind of there, and then toward the end, I'm out, way out here, sitting way out by myself, you know, because it's just the way I am, you know. And my daughter's kind of the same way. She and I will kind of hang out together. You'll see us kind of sitting off to the side somewhere hanging out, or we'll be walking around together. My wife is just blah 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 with everybody, and my daughter and I are just kind of, you know, wallflowers. The wallflowers. Man, I wish I could have seen them in concert recently. I just, you know, I can't get out unless somebody else wants to go out. Because that's just the way it is. And I'm not going to go to a show by myself. My wife's got the cojones to do that. I don't. My daughter's got the cojones to do that. I don't. I want to be with somebody at a show, right? So, a week from tomorrow, we are going to see Big Sandy and his Fly Right Boys out at Pappy and Harriet's. So, I've got my photograph to get signed. And I'm hoping that at maybe 1 or 2 days this week, my daughter and I can get together and put together these audio tapes. I'm not going to force the issue. It's kind of a weird thing to do, so I'm not going to force it. If it happens and I get it done and it works out and it feels good, then I'll do it. If not, I'll just kind of hold back, you know. I don't want to weird anybody out, you know. I mean, I'm just a guy who appreciates music and the talent and the talented people, right? And I've never been one to want to show my appreciation to somebody for what they do, right? And even if it's just me gushing, saying, wow, you guys are so fucking awesome, I enjoy your music, you're so cool, you know, thank you so much. That's if all I can do is get all gushy, you know, well then so be it. You know I can articulate, but sometimes I just get too caught up in the moment, right? Like my daughter, she's too caught up in the moment. When she went and asked for a selfie with Pete Wentz, and she was just too flustered to say what she wanted to say, right? And then she got back to the table and she says, oh, I wanted to say this, Tony. Same thing with me. I went over and I saw Jay from the Vienna, and I got all so excited that I forgot to get a photograph, and so I had to go back and find him and get that photograph. And I felt weird doing that because it's like, oh man, now I feel like a super gusher, So, but I did, and it was cool. Sweetest guy in the world. It seems that I've been really, really lucky to not just see very, very talented people, but the fact that they are so sweet, that really makes me feel good. Not only, do they make me feel good with their music, but they're just nice people, and that's a huge plus. That's a huge fucking plus. Anyway, good morning, happy holidays. I will be with you through the holidays. I'm not sure what's happening on Christmas Day. I'm just not. I know that I'm kind of busy all through the weekend and all week long. We're busy cleaning houses because it's the holidays and people like to come and go. So we're going to be pretty busy. But the channel is programmed through all the way through the end of December and through the end of January. So it's not like I have to, worry too much about what's going on. I just need to get the holiday programmed, which is, I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I got to make a holiday video time machine, and I got to program holiday stuff throughout Christmas Day. And I haven't done that yet. And then I have to make a program guide that says, hey, this is what's happening. And I need to do that soon so that people know what's happening. Right? So I just like to keep my channel straight. I like to keep everything happening on a schedule. If I can keep my channel on a schedule, it keeps me on a schedule. Right? I'm still trying to come up with a way to create a video time machine program sheet where I can write in all the information. Right now I'm just using a clipboard and a piece of lined paper, and I just write down, the video time machine opening, the first video, the video time machine card in between the videos, and then that's it. And then I just kind of write everything down so that I can put that with the rest and know at a glance if I've used a video before, right? I'm not so concerned because I've got 14 episodes and I'm going to be creating episode 15 for Christmas. I'm not so concerned about repeating every once in a great while, as long as it's nothing really huge. I don't want to, like one video on Thanksgiving, I played a cartoon at the opening, played a couple of things, and then played that same fucking cartoon. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. So at some point I might try to use the YouTube editor to squish that thing out of there. But for now it's like, fuck it. I don't need to get too crazy worrying about concerning myself over little trivial things. That's kind of a big deal, but fuck it, let the kids watch the cartoon twice, right? I should have put something extra in between some movie trailers here to give you more of a drive-in feel, a snack bar video, but that's okay. You win some, you lose some. The Christmas episode may wind up being more than an hour. It could be 2 hours long. We'll see. I gotta heat up my coffee. The only thing keeping my stomach from beating me up right now is the fact that I'm drinking hot coffee. So let me heat this up. Be right back. It's I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm back. Hey, I'm here. There you go. I like holiday time because, because it's holiday time. Let's see if I can find Ace and move him over into the picture here. Okay. Let's see, where's Ace? Here's Ace. And let's move Ace over into here. Well, where are you going to be, Ace? Back in here? Will that work? Yep, there you go, Ace. Just hiding. Let's see if I can move this one over. Oh, now we can see Ace face. There we go. Ace the holiday chicken is now on the tree officially in camera range. There you go. Yeah, Ace the holiday chicken. He wanted a costume for Halloween. And like most kids for Halloween, he's decided to continue to wear his mask all the time. So it's become his alter ego. But it's also become his main fucking ego, and it's starting to piss me. I'm like, dude, take the mask off. No, I don't want to take the mask off. No, I don't want to cluck cluck. I don't want to cluck cluck. All right, Ace. You know, it's going to mash your nose. I don't care. Poor little Ace. Yeah. Vienna. Yeah, baby. So, yeah, everything's totally Vienna still. I think it's going to be all about Vienna until I get to go see Vienna again. And check out that fucking music again. And, of course, you know, I'll probably have to get down in front this time like my daughter. It was the whole reason she went there was to go see Vienna and to try to get to see Pete again. But, yeah, I was blown away. As soon as that music started, I'm like, what? Who the hell is this guy? Come on now. What the hell is this? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Honey, what is this? Shut up and watch. Yes, dear. No, it was just fantastic. It was phenomenal. At some point here, let me go ahead and I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, man. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it. I am gonna go and I'm gonna go. Let me go to YouTube. Belch. And I'm going to YouTube, but this computer is one slow ass computer. I can drink coffee while I'm waiting. Oh, there it is. Okay, scroll down. There's Vienna. Right at the top. Right at the top of my list. And there's Vienna Wonderland, the full EP experience in video. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it is the shiznizzle, right? You gotta get the CD is what you gotta do, or pump that music through your car stereo or something, you know, or fill your house with this music. I mean, my gracious goodness me, it's some crazy man stuff. Crazy man stuff. Man. Crazy man. Hey, man, crazy man. Oh, you know what I haven't done today? You know what I bloody haven't done is that. There we go. See? Some kind of rituals. Some rituals you just gotta, you know? Come on. Hello. Hello? No, stop it. Okay, there we go. Sheesh, I couldn't get my screen to scroll. Paste. There it is. Vienna, Vienna. I'm gonna go there. But I'm not gonna turn it on because that would be wrong. Okay, it's still muted anyway. And I am looking at the video, but you can't see it nor can you hear it. Donkeys. Alright, I can't wait to sit and watch this again. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off. Cause here we go. Oh baby. Oh yeah. What's going on here? There we go. Alright, it looks like I'm frozen because I'm just sitting in one spot looking at the screen over there. So I apologize for looking all over in one spot, dearie. Dearie. And what's going on here? How come there's not, where's my pop-up, dearie? What's going on, dearie? Eh? You hose bag, you, eh? Oh, there it is. Okay. So that is, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna do that, and then there. That's it. It's all about Vienna, Vienna. I'm gonna say that every frickin' day. I'm gonna listen to that music every frickin' day. It's what I do, man. I get jonesed out on something, and then that's it until the next Jones comes along. And then I just stack that Jones in with the other Joneses. And I don't just lose. I got 100 Joneses, right? That's it, yeah. Living with the Joneses. I'm living with the Joneses, man. That's where it's at. Cheers, Joneses. Like, I got a basketball Jones. I've had a basketball Jones since 1970-something, since I heard Cheech and Chong do the basketball Jones. That wasn't even my first Jones. I think my first Jones was a song called Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. 1973, 74. That was like my jam. Think about that, you know. The kid's first tune is, you know, a really depressing song. Yeah, I used to listen to that, and another depressing song is Puff the Magic Dragon, right? Because at the end the boy dies and the dragon's left all alone. Commit suicide, right? I mean, it's just a horrible song. But those, like, my two favorite songs were these very depressing songs. Yeah. That was it. Totally. 1973. Thereabouts. Hi, Bessie. How are you? How you doing? How you feeling, baby? You need to go outside? Do you want to go outside? You don't know? Do you know anything? Okay. Apparently she does not know. Okay, she's walking that way. Maybe she wants to go out. Be right back. You want to go outside? Sam is he's the head dog, so when somebody's up and moving around, he's got to get up and check it out. Anybody comes home, he's there to check everything out. If anybody's getting any attention, he's there to check it out. He's just everywhere. He's just everywhere. You know, wherever there's something happening, there he is, right in the middle of it. Always putting his spin on things. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Hey, buddy. Sammy Sam. Sammy to Sam Sam. You want to come up here? Sit with me? Nope. No, no, no. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Like, anyways, man, what I was trying to say, man, was, oh, shit, man. Oh, shit, man. Holy shit, man.
Totally.
Nah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I got this whole video thing going on right now, man. Did you realize that I'm live right now, man? Because every once in a while, I gotta shake it into my fucking self that, hey, dumbass, you're live. Who does this shit, right? From my day, this is weird. This is weird, cuckoo shit. Anybody else back in the 80s who would think about doing something like this every day for a year, 5 days a week, would be probably put into a straitjacket, you know.
The guy thinks he's got his own show and channel, and he's a kook.
Hey, it's, being crazy is in, I guess, because I got a channel, I got a show. You know, who else? Who else can say, I got to go to sleep because I got to get up and do a show in the morning? Right? Not too many kooks. Like, well, I guess there are a lot, but for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I have no reason to do this other than my own self-gratification. What's up? Does Bessie want in? Is this what you're doing? You're telling me that Bessie wants in? Okay. Let's go let Bessie in. Oh, he wants to go to bed. Okay. I think we're situated for now.
Oh, pardon me.
I think we're situated.
I think we're slightly adjusted.
Theater mode. What bloody hell is theater mode? Now see, this. I've got my stuff set up for widescreen, and of course, YouTube is set up for bigger than that, so you can go even wider, right? It's like double screen or some shit, and I can't. I'm old school, you know. I was just going to use a regular square, just a bigger than a square, like a television, old school television. And I thought, no, I better go widescreen. Then I can do more with the picture, right? But because a lot of the cameras are in kind of a widescreen, although I could adjust those. But I figured, you know, what the hell? This looks good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So what's going on, people? Talk to me. It's Flashback Friday.
I'm flashing back, man. I'm flashing back. Oh, geez, I'm flashing back. Yeah.
Anybody ever had any acid flashbacks? Anybody? I've had acid flashbacks before. I've had them while doing acid, man. It was like, wow, I think I've done this acid before, man. Nah, not really. I had an acid flashback once watching the movie The Doors during the desert acid scene. Yeah, I had a full-time acid flashback. And it was during the 90s. I was watching it on videotape. And was just sitting there in a well-lit room with a girlfriend and at my brother's apartment, and we were just sitting there watching it. And then all of a sudden, it got to that scene, man, and I'm like, fucking whoa. Yeah.
And I wasn't even high or anything.
I'm about to be, though. Now, I gotta smoke a lot of weed anymore to get goofy high. I can't. Actually, what I do is, rather than smoke a bunch of weed, is just eat a couple of edibles and then a little bit of weed. Smoke a little weed, because then I don't have to smoke as much, but I still get, because I really want smoking and I don't really get too much of a head high, you know. It's more of a pain reliever thing. But I'm going to experiment in January and play around with some edibles and just do edibles for like a week and see what happens. It'll probably last a couple of days, really. You know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll probably use a gravity bong after about 3 days. Switch to that. And then, yeah. See what happens. We'll see what happens. I'd like to have balance in my life. But that ain't gonna happen. All right. One thing I know that's going to happen in my life is having hot coffee. That I can do. I'll be right back.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, no wedgie, no wedgie, no wedgie, no wedgie. Ah. Hey, no wedgie. Okay. Like no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Joker, joker, joker. Oh, jeez.
Ah, what's the hullabaloo? Hullabaloo. Hagada-hoo.
Now, why can't it, like, unsquish? That's what I want, is for the new picture coming in to unsquish. right? So I can be like, ah, or like,
Yeah, whatever. What fucking ever.
totally. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do now, right?
What the hell am I gonna do now?
I just blunk. I hate it when I blink. Blunk.
Did you think or did you thunk? I don't fucking know.
I know that I am going to have to take a shower and eat something to get some frickin' energy to jump in the car and drive. Unless my wife wants to drive back. Not usually. She usually wants to leave me to the driving, which is fine. Well, we usually get there faster. Mainly because I'm just better at maneuvering, handling the freeways, I guess. It's just in my blood. Southern California, born and raised. You know, you get freeway go through our hometown. You know, so there you go. It's all about freeway. Everywhere we went, we had to take the freeway because there was nothing where we was at. So the 15 freeway was like our driveway. Yep. Back when it was in pieces, the 15 freeway was just little bits and pieces. Sometimes it was nothing at all. It was just a little road, little old Highway 395, just kind of wiggling around through towns and shit. Yeah, back in the day. You can still ride on some of that old 395 alongside, weaving in and around the 15 freeway. But most of it's gone. Most of it's just fucking gone. Of course, a lot of it they did leave because while they were building the freeway, it was just a parallel street, and then it became like a frontage road for a lot of places. Totally. I remember going down. So that's a little off, but we were going down to the university where my father attended, the UCSD, and we'd go down there a lot. And one of the things that I liked was that when you got down pretty far on the 5, just before the campus off Genesee, there were these hills, these little grassy hills that were probably more like sandy hills with the green stuff growing on them because we were, you know, within a mile of the beach. But there were these little paved roads that were winding along the freeway in and out of those little hills, and that was one of the first portions, you know, or one of the older portions of the old 5 freeway. So this today will mark 3 times leaving town in a week. Actually, if you count last Friday, it'll be 4 because we went to the mall. Right? Was it Friday or Thursday? I don't know, but it seems like an awful lot of going out of town. I'm not going to complain, you know. I get to spend time with my girls, so that's all that matters. Usually when we're at home, everybody's doing their own thing. I do my thing here in the living room, so no matter what's going on out here, I'm kind of a party to it, right? And they have a tendency to go in the bedrooms and work on things. You know, once I get that light in the ceiling in our bedroom, my wife will be in there all the time, sitting there knitting, working on things, projects and whatnot. But because we've got a couch and a table and a light out here now, I know these things might seem odd to normal, regular people, but, you know, our lifestyle is just odd, I guess. But now that we're kind of set up out here for that, that's neat. That's exciting. I can get them out here more often. Last night we had Panda Express, and we ate at the table again together at the same time. So that was neat. And we're not used to doing that because, like I said, my daughter's just on her own schedule. My wife is on her own schedule. I'm on my own odd fucking schedule. My schedule is probably, I don't know, my daughter and I are really kind of close together on odd, fucked up schedules. She's going to be doing school 4 days a week on campus, which means she's not going to be staying up as late as she's used to staying up. Which is kind of, it's going to be a bummer for her, more of an adjustment for her. And then me, I only get normally 3 or 4 hours sleep at a night and then try to get a nap during the day. So I've got a pretty weird schedule. My wife's got the most normal schedule of all of us. And even then, we're pretty laid back. We're pretty darn laid back. You know? We've given up that, you know, slave lifestyle of working 9 to 5 and having all of these bills and debts and shit, you know, and we've kind of adjusted our lifestyle to accommodate our budget, you know. And it doesn't mean that we live like, you know, we live poor. It would look like it, I guess, because I guess kind of we do. But we got everything we need. We got everything we want, you know. What we don't have are a lot of fucking bills, you know, no mortgage, no heavy duty out of the world fucking rent, no crazy bills, you know. And if we had all of that, then yeah, one of us or both of us would be out of the house, or all three of us would be out of the house all the time, busting ass to keep all of that crap going. And I never saw the point, you know. But, you know, then again, I grew up in kind of a counterculture type lifestyle, so I'm used to not having much. And my daughter has kind of grown up with a Spartan type lifestyle, you know, so she's kind of appreciates not having much. You know, she has the things that she wants. She has everything that she needs, and she has the things that she wants. She doesn't want much, you know, music, some, you know, merchandise, t-shirts. You know, she's kind of like me. And anything else she needs or wants is usually handled on those little devices, the smartphones, iPhones and shit, which you can do everything else. If she needs to read a book, it's there. If she needs to order something, it's there. If she needs to listen to music, it's there. If she needs to watch a video, it's there. If she needs to do anything that it used to require my house, my living room to do, right? She can do all of that on her phone or on her computer. So she doesn't require this whole house full of stuff that I have around me in here. She doesn't need videotapes. She doesn't need DVDs. She doesn't need records or cassettes, or she doesn't need a stereo unit. She's got it. She's got LPs, and she's got a record player and a nice stereo and stuff. But she doesn't need it. She don't need books. She doesn't need a bunch of the stuff that I've got here that you used to have in your house before the iPhones came along. You know, an atlas, a globe, you know, flashlights. All of my electronics here in this room are antiquated by the smartphone. You can do everything on the smartphone that you can do in my room here. And that's even play a fucking guitar. I could turn my phone into a guitar and play it like a fucking guitar, right? So, or play it like a piano. There's apps. You make a Christmas tree out of my phone and go, look, I get a Christmas tree. Take a picture of me next to and then add a Christmas tree in there. right? I don't even need the Christmas tree. I can just put it into the pictures. Every single thing you can do. The only thing it can't do is feed and clothe you. But you can use it to order food and clothing, right? But it can, can't wipe your ass, but you can order toilet paper. You can find a bathroom. It's just crazy. It's the fact that you can do more on the smartphone than you can do in my room, right? The social media thing, right? What do I got? I got a phone. That's it. A phone and cable TV, 1980s, an actual corded telephone, and 1980s cable television, right? So there's way much more than that in social media. Totally. Yeah. I don't know what the hell we're doing for Christmas, really. We haven't even gotten any food. We got a turkey in the freezer that my wife got for like $4 because she spent X amount of dollars shopping at a store. So she got a cheap turkey, bigger than the one we had for Thanksgiving. I don't know when we're going to eat it. 4th of July turkey. Stick a firecracker in it. Turkey's done. Usually we do like a turkey for Thanksgiving, and then we do a ham for Christmas, because by Christmas it's pretty cold, and we like to take the leftover ham and make a little split pea soup, make a little ham and eggs, and a little bit of ham sandwich stuff, and that's about it, and give a lot away to the neighbor. But so far we haven't talked about a ham. I don't know what that's all about. It's pretty hammy, but we got an oven to cook it in, so there you go. Let's get us a ham. Get us a ham. Can we have an ham? I could, it's we only do it once a year, so it's not like we cook a ham, 8 times a year. We have a ham once a year. We have a turkey once, maybe twice a year. If we get a 2, sometimes we wind up with 2 turkeys. My wife is very thrifty. So once or twice a year we have turkey, and once a year we have ham. The rest of the year we have Big Macs. No, although I have eaten a lot of cheeseburgers in my life. I was telling my daughter that and Robert, my brother, that I used to be like 265 pounds. Right now I'm about between 165 and 170, but I used to be like 265 pounds because I would go out for lunch and I'd eat 2 cheeseburgers and fries and a Coke. And then for dinner, I would just stop off at Jack in the Box or someplace and get a couple of more cheeseburgers and go home and get a couple of pies and, or cakes or something, and just go home and gorge myself. And it was one year my wife took a picture of me in a motel room eating a cheeseburger, and I was just mouth open eating this thing, and I was fucking huge. It was like at my peak. And every time just about every time that I decide to have only 1 cheeseburger or 2 singles instead of 2 doubles, right? It's because I'm thinking about that image of me in that motel room, just scarfing down this big double fucking cheeseburger with probably another one sitting there in front of me, or this is my second one, Totally. And I believe I remember that cheeseburger. It was in Anaheim. It was northwest of Anaheim, northwest of Disneyland, just in this little neighborhood where we were in this little tiny old motel that had to have been from the 40s or 50s. And I walked up the street, left left my wife in the motel, and I walked up the street to a little restaurant, and it was like a little A-frame type cheeseburger place, like kind of like Frosty's, but it was a local establishment, and I got a couple of cheeseburgers, and they were like some of the best cheeseburgers that I had had ever. And so I still remember those cheeseburgers. I could remember the flavor of them. But I've had a lot, like I said, I've had a lot of cheeseburgers in my day from all over the place. And some of my favorites are the little local places, carnivals, circus, fairs, that kind of stuff. You could find a great cheeseburger, especially if they're not using frozen patties. Especially if you get someone who's actually doing handmade patties out of real meat, not that freezer shit. Fresh meat, good meat. With a really good salt content, with a really good cheese. And the works, grilled onions and lettuce and tomato and a good sauce and stuff. And I've had those cheeseburgers like that in all over the Southwest, I guess, since I can remember. My daughter and I ate at In-N-Out again on Monday night after having eaten Saturday. And it was just, we got to stop, and she wants to do her contacts, and I got to use the restroom, and it's like, we just decided, all right, well, let's just friggin' eat, right? And she said that it was some of the best that she had had in like a year, right? Because we eat at In-N-Out when we go out to shows, or go out, and it's just our burger of choice, my daughter and I. And since I grew up eating In-N-Out burgers with my father at the original In-N-Out burger in Baldwin Park, it's any time that we're on the 10 and we swing by there, we go to the new one across the highway from that, and that's kind of ours. So we're really close to the one that I used to go to with my father, but we have our own. It's right next to the In-N-Out University, and it's kind of our thing. So anytime we're out in LA, we come home the 10, because the 10 is the straightest shot home, one freeway. It's our little highway down to the 10, and then the 10 all the way into LA, and then from the 10, whatever little highway you need, the 134, the 101, the 5, the 210 up to the 1. So we do that, but it's always the 10. We always come home the 10. The 10's our freeway. So when I tell my daughter, all you guys got to do is get home to the 10. All you got to do is get to the 10. Wherever you're at in LA, wherever you're at over there, just get to the 10 and go east. And in a couple of hours, you're going to see home. You're going to see things that, there's our off-ramp. So we always stop at that In-N-Out. And we just happened to do it this time because we needed a place to go, and we're familiar with that place, the off-ramp and the traffic. And it just turned out to be some of the best food that we had at In-N-Out. 2 days before that, it was good, but on Monday night, it was phenomenal. And I lately have been just having a plain meat, cheese, grilled onions spread, untoasted bun, and I've been keeping it really simple because I've been eating In-N-Out burgers my whole life. I've decided to switch it up from animal style to something a little less provocative, right? And it's been great because it's been such a great change, and it's a new flavor, it's a new taste, So it feels more like a Roadhouse Carnival type burger, Oh, Roadhouse burgers are good too. There was this guy in a little town down the road here, and he had a burger and beard place, the Burger and Beer Bar, right? And it's got a pool table, a couple of pool tables, I think, and a little bar, and full bar, serves all drinks and everything, beer on tap and stuff. But the sign is, it used to be a burger and a beer for $5, and then it went a burger and a beer for $6. And I would stop in there on the way home from work, because it was just down the street from home. And I would stop in there on the way home from work, because I would go home and eat dinner, of course, but I would stop off for a burger and a beer. And it wasn't a huge burger, but it was a nice-sized cheeseburger with all the fixings. And a short beer, not a big beer, not a full pint, but kind of a shorter beer. And it was a good deal. I didn't really like the beer because it came out of a tap, and I'm not fond of tapped beer because you can't guarantee that people are going to clean their taps properly every time. And even if they clean it every time, if they don't do it properly, and it's just after a while, it doesn't taste real good, right? So I stopped eating at that place because I just couldn't stand the beer. But it was an okay cheeseburger. What would have gotten it would have been a little dish, just a small little dish of baked beans to go alongside of it. Because fries would have been chips would have been but a little thing of beans alongside of it would have worked. You know, a burger cut in half with a little bowl of beans in between it, and a beer. Totally. Yeah, if I was going to have a little roadside food place, I would serve a couple of items, and I think I'd probably do a cheeseburger. I'd probably do a cheeseburger, a hamburger, cheeseburger, chili burger, hot dog, chili cheese dog. Keep it simple among a bowl of chili, chili fries. And do stuff like that, do American fare, but also do, like, okay, we've got three specials tonight. You got meatloaf, you've got a vegetarian pasta, and then you've got like some fish or something, and then just cook, have one of those things be like a big bowl of something, a big pot of something, have something else, have some either veggie or seafood that you can switch out. You can do a vegetarian or you can do a seafood, right? And then have something that's like a good hearty, meaty mashed potatoes and gravy and meat type meal, right? And do that 3 nights a week. And then during the day, 3 days a week, do like a lunch type thing. Where you do burgers and dogs and tamales and burritos and tacos. Keep it simple. And then you can do the same thing for dinner, but at dinner time we also have the 3 entrees, or the 3 meals that you can get, and just have a plate full of food for a good price, a good big plate full of food for a good price, and then maybe offer up, well, if you want seconds, you can do it for half the price. We'll give you another plate of food. And then we just load you up again with seconds. Right? That's it. That'd be great. I'd love to have a little restaurant. I'd love to have a homeless shelter, too. A big piece of property. And I'm not talking, like a room where people grab a cot and go in and lay down and then work in the kitchen in the morning. I'm talking a homeless shelter that's like 10 acres, and it's more of like a farm, where you can show up and you can camp overnight and take off in the day and be gone, or you can stick around during the day and you can help out and you can earn more rights, right? And then if you stay around and go to lectures and classes and work training and that kind of stuff that we'll offer at the same place, well, then you earn more rights in the place. And then eventually you get into a tiny home there on the property, as opposed to living in a tent right? And then from the tiny home, you graduate into a halfway house. So we'll set up a few houses around the town where you can roommate with a bunch of people until you get, you know, enough going on that you can get your own place. And I always thought that would be kind of a neat thing to do. You know, have a farm where people can come and have a bunch of people that live there permanently. Older people and younger people that kind of take care of each other and take care of some animals in the property. But have a lot of people coming and going who just need help. People in transition, you know. That'd be fun too. A lot of them can work at the restaurant, you know, that offers up homemade meals, you know, at good prices. Yeah, because it's real easy to make a big, you know, make 3 or 4 big giant meatloafs in a big oven, you know, or make a big giant pot of chili, you know. Better make another pot for dinner. This chili's going fast at lunch, you know, and just have a big pot of dogs, you know, steaming. Get a you know, a good price on good ground beef, and just do burgers, you know, and do different burgers, you know. Don't do burgers on a bun. Do burgers on bread. Do burgers on a nice piece of bread, right? Something different. Something with all of the fixings, you know. Here's your burger on bread, but you know, here's your lettuce on the side. There's some dressing there. Do you want your lettuce to be this lettuce and tomato to be a salad? You know, do you want to put it in this burger that's pretty much already perfect? You know, I could do a great meat and cheese and mayonnaise on white bread burger if you got the right Italian white bread, a little thick, you know. And it's just to die for, you know. And you think, well, I want some more on it, and you take a bite and it's like, oh no, this is perfect, you know. You got lettuce and tomato and pickle and stuff on the side with some dressing, but it's just kind of something that you're going to eat extra. It's not something you want on the burger. I've made it both ways for my wife and daughter, and they're like, yeah, it's good either way. It's like my grilled cheese. My grilled cheese is to die for. You know, a big, giant, wide piece of Italian bread, Italian white bread, with some nice density to it, you know. And then butter on the outside, mayonnaise on the inside, with a lot of cheddar and a little American, deli sliced American from the deli, not the packaged stuff. And it is like, how did this happen, right? Oh, it's great. It's great. It's good. My daughter doesn't like American cheese, so she won't eat it, but it's good stuff. It's good. It's good. Totally. Yep. I better do this bong hit here to keep staring at me. Yep. Well, it's after 6. And like an hour ago, I was like, oh my gosh, it's only been 15 minutes, right? And here I is. Vienna. I'm telling you. Funny guy. Sweet guy. Beautiful music. Beautiful voice. Wow. Great stuff. It's good. Totally. Fucking weird, man. Fucking weird, you know? There's still something lacking in here. I still got some organizational issues in my studio here. I think I want, in this corner here, I think I want a TV. I think I want one of these TVs in this corner here. I think I want a TV on every wall in here. I don't know exactly. Exactly where I want the other TV. It'll probably be a flat screen. And I'll probably have it in over here hooked up to the VCR and a DVD player and perhaps one of the computers here so that I can kind of use it for multi-purpose stuff. Yep. So that's cool. Oh, I got elves looking at me. I just realized there's an elf on this side looking at me. And a cat. One of these funny cats. You see this other cat over here? You see that? Can you see him? Just barely. Just barely see that cat right there. Where is he? There he is. Right there. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Yeah, that's it.
Happy holidays. So, next week is Christmas. Good old Xmas. Good old holiday. The green and red holiday with a lot of snow. I haven't watched any holiday music. The only holiday song that I've listened to was I'll Be Home for Christmas on my phone by Lucas Nelson, just sitting in his apartment playing the guitar, and he sang I'll Be Home for Christmas, and it was beautiful. I had to hand the phone to my daughter so I could make her listen to it. She thought it was lovely. We saw him in concert together at Pappy and Harriet's. Yeah. If I get to see Lucas Nelson again, I want to go with my wife and daughter again. But my wife this time, because she hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
Like when we go see Vienna, Vienna, I want to take my wife. For sure. Let me be your beauty queen. Wrap me up in therapy. Oh, it's such great music. I will never be able to do it justice. It is such beautiful music. The guy's got a phenomenal fucking voice. Totally fucking cool. Totally cool. I'd like to be able to spend enough time with one of these guys to get past the, oh my God, you're so awesome stage, right? That would be nice. But that's probably never going to happen. But everything's just going to stay Vienna, Vienna around here because it's just fucking cool shit, man. It's just fucking awesome. Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
Yep. So for the end of, I'm just looking at my list of my programming sheet here. For the last week of January, I uploaded a video called Winter Soldier Investigation. And it has to do with soldiers in Vietnam being trained to carry out some crazy fucking missions, right? And it's actual testimony from these these soldiers, right? And I haven't watched it yet. All I could do was check to make sure that it worked, and then edit the end and the beginning to get the, you know, all of the leader crap off of it, because they come from original 16 millimeter films. So I did that, and then created the correct file type, and then made sure that it was an actual video functioning, right? But that's it. That's what I do with most of my videos. There's some that come to me with no sound, and I realize that they have no sound, so I put sound to them. I find some music that will fit. I found one that was Afghan weavers, and it's just a video, like a home movie of somebody recording a bunch of Afghan weavers and choosing patterns and stuff. And it looks like it's a textiles manufacturing company coming to these Afghan weavers asking for specific designs. And it may be designers of a place that want to include woven textiles, so they're going and outsourcing. I have no idea. But I realized that it had no sound, so I tried to find some sound that would work. It's probably the wrong language. There's a little bit of singing, but I liked the sound. I liked the music, so I did that. There's one called the Fat Fighters, and it's a bunch of girls in a group who are trying to diet and lose weight, right? And it's like from the 1970s, 60s or 70s. Alcohol and the Human Body, educational film on what alcohol does to the human body. And Out of This World is an educational film where it follows a housewife who goes to like the World's Fair and sees the world of the future, and she gets to experience a lot of these futuristic things, the kitchen of the future, the clothing of the future, shopping, and all of these things. And she comes home and cooks a meal for her family in kind of a similar kitchen that she has, and her kids are excited and impressed with what she can do with her kitchen, right? And she's excited and impressed for what's going to become of her kitchen in the future, right? Because she's a housewife. It's like 1961, right? So that's kind of neat. So that's what I do on my channel. All of these things are kind of a part of me. You know, alcoholism is a big part of my whole life and my family and friends and stuff. Out of This World, I love the past, taking a look into the future. The Fat Fighters, been fucking dealing with fat and being overweight and stuff my whole life, right? And because for me, individually, it's always been a health issue, bad health, good health. But other people, it's up to them. It's all on them, you know. Afghan weavers, I've always been into the idea of learning how to weave. The closest I've come is to do loom beading, which is kind of similar, right? But and of course, Winter Soldier investigation. My father was in Vietnam. Period. You know. So all these things that every week I try to put something on the channel that speaks to my life and history in some way. Right? So there you go. Vienna, Vienna. That speaks to my future. Can't wait to hear more music. I would love to hear Vienna, Vienna do some covers of older music and give them a Vienna, Vienna twist. Think, oh, look at there, it's a bong hit. What do you know? Cover me. I'm going in. All right. The CD, Vienna, Vienna, is still in my CD player. It just kind of lives in there right now. So, I think first thing I'm going to do when I get done here is pop that CD on there and figure out what I can do over here until it's time to get in the shower and leave, right? My eyes get itchy, mainly because I handle marijuana. Big dog. Totally. Totally. Anyways, Holmes, what's going on, man? Orale. Orale. Oh, the delay. Orale. Orale, thank you very much. Please come again. I don't know about you, but I grew up with stereotypes. You know, I had to explain that to somebody who was visiting. That, you know, I'm sorry if me embracing stereotypes offends you, but I'm a stereotype. You're a stereotype. We're all stereotypes, you know. And I grew up learning about different people and races and cultures and religions and stuff by embracing their comedic stereotypes on television and in movies and stuff. So, you know, when it was in a movie where they were making fun of a gay person, right? It was that gay person making fun of himself, and that's how I took it. So that it was easy for me, being an unusual person, to be able to make fun of myself. And that was the way I came out of my shell as a teenager, was to learn how to laugh at myself and embrace the stereotype that I was. And the guy just couldn't understand that. And I understand, you know, it's not for everybody, you know, and stereotyping, people can piss someone off when you say things and use phrases and stuff that offend people. But then, you know, then they turn around and they do the same thing towards somebody else, you know, and then don't realize it. You know, we just need to embrace not stereotyping necessarily, but embrace our own differences and be able to fucking laugh at ourselves, right? If you can't laugh at yourself, what the fuck are you laughing at somebody else for? You know, it's okay for you to go at somebody, but when they laugh at you, you're like, no, you can't fucking laugh at me. How dare you? You know, whatever. I don't get it. I'm going to heat up my coffee. If I can do that. You know, we're all different. I get it. We're all different. You know, certain things offend certain people. Using the N word, right, still offends me, right? Even people using it in that, you know, brotherly way, you know, it's still, even when you pervert the word so it's not quite exactly the word, but it's kind of an offshoot of the word. It's still it's offensive to me, right? And I grew up because that was one of those words, you know. And there are certain derogatory words for different races, different religions, different people with different sexual preferences, right? And those kinds of words, yeah, they're bad words, and I wouldn't use them, you know. I wouldn't use the N word. I wouldn't use the F word, not fuck. I can use that word, but the F word toward somebody, that wouldn't be nice. So there you go. There are certain words that are still offensive that people still use, you know. And I get it. I get it. But then you try to get them to laugh at themselves, and they will have none of it. You know, they turn into a full-blown Karen, self-righteous, and yeah, whatever. The world just cannot laugh at itself anymore. It can laugh at everything but itself. Fucking horrible. Well, in my day, everybody laughed at everybody. We were making fun of everybody all the time. Stand-up comedians would get up there and they'd make fun of everybody, and everybody'd laugh, and they'd embrace each other because it was just fucking humor, right? And now you get somebody up there and he says one off-color thing about somebody, and that somebody happens to be in the audience, and they get offended, and they get this self-righteous fucking how dare you, offend my, it's like, what the fuck did you come here for? Did you come here to fucking laugh or not? If you didn't, get the fuck out of here. Don't get up and cause this guy a fucking problem because you don't have a sense of fucking humor. What the fuck's up with that? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, comedians have a right to be at their show and tell somebody, shut the fuck up and get the hell out of here. Right? If you can't handle it, the fuck did you... you know what? Here's your fucking money back. Get the fuck out of here. Punk-ass bitch. Right? How dare you call me a punk-ass bitch? My ancestors for 1,000 years have been called punk-ass bitches. No. Get the fuck out of here. Right? 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 Yeah, I was telling my daughter, that we were listening to, it was Landslide or something. We were listening to that song by Stevie Nicks that was covered by, now I can't remember their name. Those girls, right? The Dixie Chicks, right? It was covered by the Dixie Chicks, and how it became so popular. It became an anthem for 90s girls or whatever. I don't remember. But they became really, really popular, the Dixie Chicks, and then they spoke out politically. I don't even remember what it was that they spoke out politically about, but the thing was that they spoke out politically about something, and it turned off a bunch of people. And I told my daughter, people were going to their concerts, buying tickets to go to their concerts just to boo them off the fucking stage. That's how much what they said offended people. And it wasn't what they said, it was that they got political, right? And they spoke up and they said something, right? And of course now there's all of this brotherly, sisterly, we gotta back each other up kind of thing. So if somebody goes to, a concert, you're gonna have none of that, right? Because they're all there in support now, right? But back then they really tore them Dixie Chicks up, and it kind of ruined their career. Because they spoke up in a time where it wasn't okay for artists to speak up, especially female artists, right? And then to get political against whatever fucking, somebody can research it, but whatever the fuck it was that they got political over, And I was just like, aha, shut the fuck up and entertain, right? Nobody wants to hear entertainers get political, or religical, or commercial. It's, and what is it? It's all that now, right? Everybody's promoting their brand. Ugh. You can't go see an artist or do an artist or anything without them flashing their brand in your face. It's all about the brand, and then they're going to have 100 fucking stupid ass products that everybody else has got. Now the fucking landfill is just filled with garbage, that has all of these brands fucking on them, It's just bullshit. Or they try to get into politics and back somebody, and what the hell is that all about, right? You're going to lose half of your fan base because you want to back this idiot instead of that idiot. As soon as somebody goes in any of those three directions, it's like, I'm done. What's the point? I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to look at that shit. I use music to escape that shit, not to point me in a direction. No. Just have fun. Just play fucking music. Have fun. Make movies that are fun. You know, I don't want to watch political movies unless it's a fucking docudrama. JFK. That was a good political movie. You know. Did it sway me in one way or the other? No, I already thought the U.S. government was fucked before the movie, and I thought it was fucked after the movie. TV shows. TV shows should not be too political or religical or whatever, unless, of course, that's the channel they're on, and that's what you expect. Then, you know, fucking bring it on. But, yeah. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. My eyes are just itchy today. Me eyes are itchy. Gosh, we're over halfway through today's show, the last show of the week. I thought I'd be chewing on some new dentures by now. But, you know, I got sick at the beginning of the month. Just middle of the month, actually. Screwed everything. It's just everything keeps getting screwed up. I'm hoping that now I'm done. I don't have to move anything. I'm good to go. You know, my temporary teeth will be coming in soon. My old teeth will be going out soon. In 6 months, I'll have, you know, a new set of choppers. But I just want to get it over with, right? I just want to move on. Hello. Just want to move on. Getting old, it is what it is. I mean, I've been getting old my whole life, right? Am I a year older yet? No, shut up. Oh, man. Then I'm 3.5. Shut up. You don't even know what that means. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, really. I don't even know what it means anymore. Try not to worry about age. It ain't the years, man. It's the mileage, right? It's the physicality of the years. It's not the years. It's what the years have done. How you've treated your body. And I haven't done good. Yeah. I mean, most of my early years were malnourished, right? And then, you know, the middle third of my life was just bad, poor diet, poor exercise. This last third or more, which has pretty much almost become like half, probably the last half of my life. The first 2 quarters of my life were, you know, malnourished and bad diet. And then the last half of my life has been a lot of repairing, a lot of working my ass off, and a lot of repairing. Well, the last few years, it ain't been so much work, just because I can't handle it anymore. Physically, I'm screwed. But, yeah, all of the damage has been done. Decades of depression and malnourishment and poor diet and poor exercise and just a freaking flood of other issues. Yeah, they've taken their toll on me, baby. So I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on. Every day is like a gift. Every week, every month, every year. The last few years, I've been like, man, I don't know how I made it through that fucking year. Seriously. Sometimes I will be like, there were a lot of days of pain. I mean, excruciating pain in that year. How did I make it through, right? How did I get through? I had so many health issues that year. How did I even manage, right? And I can't even go to the doctor anymore, right? because they just get turned into other issues with the pills they throw at me. It's like, okay, I get one issue and I take a pill and now I got 3 issues. This one's gone, but now I got, or managed, right? Managed. They never cure anything. This one's managed. Now we've got 3 others that we got created that we got to manage those now. How are we going to manage those? Well, we got to take some other stuff. We got to take you off of that and put you on this and then give you these. And it's like, what the fuck am I on? The goddamn science experiment? Now, no. I can see what's wrong with me and make adjustments myself. You know, fuck you. Fucking Dr. Pill Popper. Now, really. Just fucking sick of it. I would rather go to my grave without all of that fucking chemical cocktail inside of me. You know? Because we're going to go there anyway. If I got to prolong it with that shit and go through that torture, fuck that. No, that ain't living. That's becoming a fucking science experiment. I ain't going that route. You know, if you want to take me in at the end when I can't really take care of myself anymore, and you got to take me in to the hospital because you can't take care of me, fine. So be it. But don't expect me to fucking walk myself in there and say, here, start experimenting. Been there, done that. Been there, fucking done that. What did I get? I got, you know, them telling me that basically they can't do a fucking thing for me because my insurance sucks, right? What do I have insurance for anyway? It's mandatory. You got to have something that don't fucking do anything for you. I better go check on the dogs. Right back. Yeah, the rest of my life is about spending time with my wife and daughter and my pets, and trying to stay as busy as possible, trying to have as much fun as possible with my wife and daughter and my pets, trying to meet as many people as I can, because I've been hiding in a dark depression for most of my life and had made no friends, right? So all of my old friends, they're like, who the fuck are you, right? And at least making new friends, at least I can do that. So, and I'm not a horrible guy. I'm weird, but I'm not a horrible guy. So yeah, there you go. There's that. And I want to do this YouTube thing as long as I can, right? I'd like to make it to that reunion. I'd like to get that far, right? But then again, every year for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been saying, I hope I finish this year, right? And we're almost to the end of this year, and I'm still here. What's the next year going to be like? What things is my body going to do this year? How much am I going to be able to take from my body before I finally give in and just say, okay, take me to the hospital? I don't know. I hope I never make it to the hospital, honestly, right? I at this point, if there's nothing that can be done for me to make my life easier and to prolong the end without too much torture, well then just, heart attack, take me now. Right? Basically. Because I've been tortured my whole fucking life. Right? Scared of my own fucking shadow. Scared of dying. Scared of this and that. Scared of being alone. And then being with 100 people and then still being afraid of being alone. Right? And being alone in the midst of a fucking crowd. The end is inevitable. So I just want to make the time between now and then as nice as possible. Basically, that's it. That's my ultimate goal. Is to have a real good time until then. And to manage my fucking pain the best I can. I know at some point my pain is probably going to get beyond my ability to deal with it, right? And then something's going to happen. Whether they start chopping chunks out of me or, overprescribe me a bunch of crap. Whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, I know I'm in a bad way. And now you know. But nobody else really knows. I mean, how do you tell people, right? When you know yourself and you don't really need a doctor to tell you that you're sick, right? You don't really need a doctor to tell you what's wrong with you when it's quite obvious. And when you've had the tests that have pointed in that direction, but they talk you out of the further tests because it's gonna be real. Are you sure you want to do this? It's gonna be real painful. We're unsure, but unsure is better than doing this pain and going through all of this. And what they were doing is they were talking me out of it because they weren't gonna make a good enough profit through my insurance. So of course they talked me out of it. Yeah, you talk about pain and torture. You're going to talk me right the fuck out of having needles and biopsies and shit cut out. Yeah. So that's about the time I stopped going to the doctor, when they started they kept prescribing me things, right? Let's try this for a while. When they would use phrases like, let's try this for a while and see what happens, right? I'm like, no. You can read the list of shit that's probably going to happen, and I don't want half of those fucking things. So no. What else? Do you have anything that I can do physically or naturally? He's like, what am I, a fucking, a shaman? I'm a doctor. I got a degree. See that shit on the wall there? I prescribe. It's like, okay, all right. You're one of those, right? You're one of those, you can't do anything my way or the fucking highway kind of guys. Well, fuck you then. And I get that from most doctors. Most doctors don't want to think outside the box. They don't want to use medicine in conjunction with other stuff. They just want to use pills. They want to open you up and they want to give this stuff pills in. Let's cut this guy open and let's just pour a bunch of pills in and close him up. See what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to die here in my home, peacefully, in a lot of pain, surrounded by my wife and daughter and my dogs. That's how it's going to work. If I die in a hospital, I'm going to be pretty upset. Do I want to die? No. Do I want my wife and daughter to be alone without me? No, definitely not. Do I think that being opened up and vivisected and radiated and all of these things are going to make my life any better or their lives any easier before I inevitably go? No. Do I want my daughter to be tortured for a year or two as they try to extend my life and I'm tortured even more than I am now? No. I want her to see her father go out having a fucking good time, having a ball, right? He's using a cane, he's using a walker, he's using all these things, he's getting around, he's doing stuff, you know, he's in a lot of pain, but he's enjoying life. He does his YouTube stuff, he makes funny videos, he does this, he does that, he goes out and he really tries to meet people and have fun, he loves to get autographs and pictures, you know, and then he just passed away. That's what I would prefer that. Then, you know, yeah, we dragged him along for 18 months while he just sat in bed and moaned. You know, no, yeah, chemo was really bad this month. I've seen so much of that shit. You know, that's no way to fucking deal with. And it's not a cure. You don't get cured of cancer. It comes back. It does. You know, there is no cure for cancer. There's treatment. There's fucking pills. There's bullshit is what it is. Because you cure cancer and then what? All of the bullshit they've invested millions and billions of dollars in to string us along, that goes out the fucking window and then they lose all of that money. We know that to be true because what happens? They come up with a pill that is supposed to be the best thing for this particular ailment, right? And then what happens? As that one hits the market, they've already redeveloped it into another pill that doesn't have the horrible side effects that this one is known to have, right? But they have to utilize all of the money that they put into the patent on this one that kills. And they put that one out there, writing into the program X amount of dollars to pay off people whose family members have died because of this fucking pill. They have to do that first before they can release the pill that is the cure-all or fix-all, right, for that particular ailment. And it's just another fucking drag your ass along that has fewer side effects, that isn't lethal, right? But that's the way it works. And so we're never going to see the cure for cancer, ever, because they would lose so many billions of dollars in what they've invested in already, period. You know, take that to your congressman. You know, take that to the Cancer Society. All of those places that are saying, give us your money and we're going to cure cancer. We're going to cure bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. There's guys on yachts because of that. It's bullshit. Don't fucking believe it. You know, you want to cure cancer? Go out and hire a fucking scientist who isn't on the fucking take and have him find a fucking cure for cancer. There have been cures for cancer that have been gobbled up by pharmacy companies. Right? I get pretty upset about this shit because I know it to be true. I know that the cure is out there and we're just never going to see it because of the fucking money. And when you look into the faces of those kids with cancer and they're out there sticking their hand out saying, please give us money, they don't see any of that fucking money and they never get cured, right? They just have to go through more of the same bullshit every couple of years when the cancer comes back harder and then kills them off. The cure is out there, right? And we're never going to see it. So, you know, people like me are just going to die. And if I'm lucky, it won't be cancer. It'll be a slow form of suicide, poisoning my body with other things until I eventually have a heart attack, right? That's basically it. That's the way I'm going to go out, because I refuse to go out the way my father did, you know, shriveled up in bed, you know, screaming help, you know. There ain't no fucking way I want to go out. I'm already been trapped in my head my whole life to be, nah, just, give me one good jolt and take me now. And some days I feel it's close, Just talking about it gives me, chest pain. And so be it. I mean, I've been having chest pains, coronary chest pains, for 30 years. I've been having pretty bad chest pains where there's something wrong, definitely wrong with my heart, and their little bit of poking and prodding really hasn't found anything. But I think 98 was the first time where I wasn't even, exerting myself. I was sitting in bed, and I just finished eating and was smoking a cigarette or getting high or something. And all of a sudden I had this chest pain that just about knocked me over. And I didn't know what to do. All I could do was sit there and breathe shallow until it went away enough where I could get up and drink a little water and take an aspirin, and then that really helped. And so every once in a while, I'll get some really bad chest pains coming on, and I'll have to sit down, take it easy, breathe shallow, drink some ice water, and take an aspirin, maybe chew on one, and that's all. That's the only thing that I can do to make it go away within a reasonable amount of time. Within about 20 or 30 minutes, I'm back to normal. I'm a little winded, I'm a little exhausted, but the chest pains are gone. And this hasn't happened a lot this last year. It's happened a little recently, but it hasn't happened a lot this year, which is kind of spooky, But it has happened a little recently where I've had to eat a little aspirin. And when I say eat a little aspirin, that means pop one in underneath my tongue and swallow one. And then when that one under my tongue dissolves, then chew it up and swallow it. And that'll usually do it. But when I get worked up about something, it's real easy to get a chest pain on. Working, too much strenuous work can bring it on. And where I'm just like, oh, I gotta sit the fuck down. Let me grab a ice water. I need an ice water.
Oh, yeah, baby.
But, this is the way it is. One thing I would love to do would be able to take and catalog, inventory everything that I have collected throughout my life, through, and especially recently. But to be able to catalog a lot of this stuff and then figure out where it's going to go when I'm gone, right? Because I don't want it to just go into a landfill. That would be ridiculous. I saved most of this stuff from landfills. I don't want it to go there. So I want these things to go someplace where they're going to get the proper care and attention they deserve. Like my records. My records just stay with my daughter. That's it. My records, my turntable, my stereo, those items, they stay with my daughter. There's other things that she doesn't want, my wife doesn't want. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff, it's going to be, okay, who would appreciate something like this? And then if there's going to be 1,000 things that I'm just going to have to put price tags on and say, okay, when I'm gone, just pull it out and it'll have a price on it, and it'll give you an itemized list of what should be going with it, right? Make sure that it's got the remote, make sure that it's got the cord, make sure that it's got the adapters, there's a camera that goes with this particular recorder, so be sure to put that camera and all of the stuff that, and try to curate all of these things and these items and the packages of things. Like I've got a shitload of 8-tracks. I'd like to say, okay, well, here's an 8-track player and cases of 8-tracks. These things go together for this price. Those things go together, but they go to that person, right? And then just kind of do it all like that. So that I know that when I'm gone, they're not burdened with, what the hell do we do with all this shit, right? He wouldn't want us to just throw it away, but we can't just keep it and drag it around. So what do we do with it? So I need to make a plan, right? Like this studio here. This studio stays with my daughter because all of the information held within the studio is what it is all about. So the hard drives and the computers to utilize those hard drives, these things have to stay with her and functionable, right? Keep them plugged in and charging, keep them utilized, keep them working, and keep them up to date, whatever you have to do. But that's where that's where my life is going to be, is pretty much embedded in all of these hard drives. So that's like one of my wishes, final wishes, is to keep me alive through all of this stuff that I've created. And hopefully I will be able to create more. And then, appreciate the things that I've left, the LPs, the stereo, that kind of stuff, some of the movies, the books. But for the most part, a lot of this peripheral stuff, it's just going to go, all the video stuff, all of the audio stuff, most of it's gone. And that's fine, it's stuff, but I want it to go someplace so it doesn't wind up in a landfill. That's it. It's my only wish, is that it goes where it deserves to go. There's, a place for everything and everything in its place, and there is somebody for everything here. Right? There's got to be somebody out there who can appreciate, some of this time. I remember Joey said, "I'll take it all." So I told, man, you're gonna fuck the U-Haul. You're just gonna have to bring you got less shit over there. You're just gonna have to move this way. But that's kind of where it is. There's a lot of stuff here, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it all. Cause, jeez Louise, it'd be hard enough on my family for me to be gone, right, and to have that void, but then to have all of this crap instead, right, and then not know what the fuck to do with it, and feel uncomfortable just getting rid of it, right? Because it would kind of feel like a betrayal on both sides, right? But if it's itemized and instructions on where to go to get rid of it, go on my Facebook page and join this group and explain what happened, and you've got these items for sale. That happens all the time. That's easy enough. Boom. You're at the post office and you're dealing with Venmo and PayPal. Boom, 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 boom. Stuff's gone and money's coming in, So they'll probably make more money off of me when I'm gone with all of this stuff than I have brought into the family in the last, few years, just because I've collected a lot of these things for a pittance, and they're worth so much more than that. So I bring them home, clean them up, get them working, and then off they go. That's what this whole next season about mornings is going to be, where every day I'm going to be working on things and getting things curated and packages and just kind of having people with me, having the channel with me along the way. And while my morning show may shrink down a little bit, the other shows that day are going to increase. I'm going to have more live shows, and they're going to be a better quality, and we're going to do more on those shows.
Moron. I said moron.
So that's going to be great. So I'm in the middle of trying to plan out exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. Put a table right here with cameras on me and the table, and kind of just turn this little studio booth here into my little workshop. And every day we're going to be either sitting in here in the workshop or sitting on the couch and discussing, you know. And I just might do my mornings on the couch with one camera, and then do my other shows, my themed shows in here. But I'm going to try to plan my live themed shows. I have to try to plan around my wife and daughter's activities, so that we're not bumping heads with the house and too many noises for them having to be quiet or something because I'm on, or internet access with my daughter and her schooling, because she's at university and I can't be on when she's on. So for 4 days of the week she's going to be gone, and I'll be on those 4 days while she's gone. And then on Friday when she's here, she doesn't have an online class, so I'll be able to choose my time. She has an online class, but she can choose the time. So I can say, okay, well, here's my schedule. Here's my schedule here, and there's your schedule there. Mine fits within your schedule so that we're not bumping heads for technology, right? So that'll be cool. Let me go ahead and reboot my live chat here. See if anybody's popped in. Nope. All right. Well, good morning. We're just in the last hour of my morning show. Vienna, Vienna. It's all about Vienna, Vienna. And I can't wait to get off of here this morning. Mainly because I can eat, and then I got to take a shower and get my act together to drive down to Temecula. Going to Temecula. Going to go see my in-laws, and we're all going. Dogs are staying, but we're all going. And I imagine we'll probably fiddle about along the way and do stuff. So I'm about, well, let's do it early so that we can start heading back early, because I know that on the way down we're going to do shit, and on the way back we're going to do shit. So it's like, I don't want to cut into the time we're going to be there, so let's leave early so we got time to do stuff, and then let's be sure to leave early coming back so we got time to do stuff, right? And I don't like driving at night, you know, if I can help it. I do a lot of night driving, but it just kills my eyes. Kills my eyes. Because I got to wear glasses for distance, and all of the lights. Yes, even the tail lights nowadays, they're made of those fucking LED sons of bitches that are just, they burn right into your fucking eyeballs. And I don't know how they passed making those things illegal. What they need is they need filters on those lenses that diffuse that fucking bright pow, right? And they don't have that. And you look at a headlight or a tail light now, or even a city light, a traffic light, a sign, and the lights are just, they're too sharp bright for the human eye. And humans are going to have a lot of eyeball issues coming up because of this, because that shit's built into the screens too. That brightness, that vibrant pow, that sharp knife of a light in your eyes. It's fucked up shit. And I'm telling you, the day's coming. The day's coming when we're all going to go blind. We're all going to go blind. That's it. By God, we're going blind. No, really. I see a lot of stuff in the wind that's coming, man. And people just don't get it, man. We are too we are too dependent on these smartphones, right? People don't even think anymore. All they do is pick up their phone and ask their phone. Ask your phone anything. What am I thinking? Right? It's like people don't think anymore. They just have to use their phone. That's why I can't trust doctors to think for themselves. Most of the doctors now Google their way through fucking medical school, or they're just, let me check with someone. Yeah, the old doctors, they just check with themselves because they keep all of the shit up here. Everybody else keeps the shit down here, How can you cogitate a thought if you don't have all the information up here? You need it up here to create a thought. You don't have all the information out here and go, well, there's my thought. That's what happens nowadays. People don't think for themselves. They have no way to formulate a fucking thought. And once I get past that, oh my gosh, you're so awesome, you're so cool, then you get to the point to where you could talk, and then it's all about formulating a fucking cohesive conversation, something that you can actually understand and get into and actually share information, and people can't do that without their fucking phones nowadays. And most of the time, a conversation consists of 3 or 4 people on their phones scrolling, going, oh, check this out. And that's it. Check this out, dude. Oh, man. Oh, dude. That's it. That's a conversation nowadays. A bunch of people sitting around on their fucking phones. And each of them in their own fucking world. And there's no real communication going on. Not really. Nobody's really... You might have a couple of people in the kitchen, usually women and usually older women, talking, right? But for the most part, anything under 30 or 40, and they're on their phones in a group, not really talking, You might get a couple of people, usually women, usually girls, who will actually have the gift of gab. But mostly, dude, check this out. Oh, dude, I'm going to send this to you. And those are the girls. No, really, it's sad. I can't, when I'm around people, my phone stays in my pocket, and I look into people's eyes. I talk to people. I engage them, by listening to what they're saying and then respond to what they're saying. Not just half-ass listening to what they're saying and trying to come up with what I want to say, and then cut them off because you don't want to forget what you're going to say. Oh, dude. No, that's not a conversation. That's self-centered is what it is. And that's hard to find. I mean, even when you're sitting there, sometimes you're sitting there and you're listening to some people and you're paying attention to what they're saying, and then you come up with a response and you tell them their response, and before they even want to hear your response, they're back to going because all they want to do is hear their own voice, right? They don't really want to have a conversation. They just want to spout their shit, right? And then they leave you and they go to the next person and then they just spout the same fucking thing they told you. They go over there and they do that, And that friend that I had here, he would do the same thing. He would just go from person to person, the same shit. He'd get on the phone with and he would just spout the same fucking rigmarole. And then you get on the phone with the next person and spout the same, and it would just be the same fucking thing over and over again. That he told me, that he told that person that came over. We went out and he told that person. And it was always the same fucking thing, And then next week it would be something new. And he would say the same fucking thing for a week. My goodness, he drove me fucking crazy. Get a new fucking spiel. Totally, man. Yeah, people just don't think anymore. They find it difficult to get their heads out of the phone, i.e., out of their ass. But that's it. Every single place I go, old and young, people are on their phones. You go sit down somewhere and you open up a book and everybody looks at you and goes, he has a book. Oh my God. What is he reading? Oh my gosh. It's made of paper. Oh my gosh. People are coming up going,
You know that you can get that on a Kindle and you're going to save the paper?
and I'm like, did you know that you could just fuck off and mind your own business and let me read my fucking book? Right? And I'm a nice guy. And sometimes that's as nice as I can be. Right? Because when some people come up and they just offer up their advice without you asking for it, well, then you have the right to offer up your advice, right? Without them asking for it. Okay, well, my advice for you is for you to take yourself and go fuck yourself thoroughly, all right? And get the fuck out of my face, bitch, right? And so if they can do that, I can, and then they're and then they get all fucking Karen, right? How dare you respond normally to me butting in, right? Fuck you.
Fuck you, you fucking Karen. You schlub. You fucking schlemiel.
Oh. People are so fucking self-righteous anymore, right? It's just fucking ridiculous. You know, it's because they see themselves so much, right? How could you not be so self-admirable, right? When you're always making duck lips into a picture with people, right? You're always looking at pictures of yourself. Oh, look at me here. Oh, look at me here. Oh, look at me here, right? Oh, look at this picture of me. People are constantly in the mirror now so that they're looking better on camera because everybody's on camera now. Everybody has to be glamorous, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this studio. A lot of glamour here. Makeup? No.
Yeah, everybody is a superstar now, so everybody has to look the part, and then as soon as that camera comes on, I gotta heat this up. I'll be right back. I swear, I'll be right back.
It's so hot. Oh, it's so toasty warm. Oh, I love hot coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa!
I'm back. I don't know. So I was just looking in the fridge, and there's so much beer in there. I mean, for people who don't really drink beer, my daughter doesn't drink beer. I don't drink beer. My wife will have a beer on occasion with dinner, right? We got like 4 kinds of beer, just a shitload of beer, and there's more beer in there than there is food and other stuff now. And it's mainly because, well, somebody just gave her a 6-pack of beer because they just like, I can't have beer in my house anymore. So she got a 6-pack of beer. And then we go to a house to clean it, and somebody leaves a 12-pack of beer with 1 missing or something. So, and my rule is if the beer, you have to keep beer cold, right? If you let beer get warm and then get cold and warm, cold, then it's just fucking nasty. So she brings the beer home cold. It's got to go in the fridge and be cold, right? It's got to stay cold. And then it's better. It's just tastier. So we've got all this beer in the fridge that we didn't buy. And they got the little tiny Modelos, the big Modelos. She's got the little Corona cans, you know, and then the odd, weird beer that's in there, you know. Yeah. And I can't drink beer. If I drink it before I go to bed, I can't wake up. If I drink it during the day, I get a headache. If I drink it in the evening, I can't focus on any studio work, right? And it's not often that I will want to sit and not focus on studio stuff or drink a beer so late at night after that, because I don't want to have trouble getting up in the morning. And one beer will do it. One beer will fuck me up. I'm just a lightweight, baby. So, yeah. It's crazy, man. Crazy, man. It's a crazy, man. Oh, look, a bong hit. Who'da thunk? Cover me, I'm going in. Yeah, there's been a fly on the wall all morning long. Watching my show. My wife seems to think she knows who it is. I suspect that I know who it is. Every once in a while we'll get a second or third fly on the wall. But for the most part, the number one person on the channel is me watching my channel. The number two person on my channel watching is usually a fly on the wall. Number three will quite often be Joey over there, but yeah, anybody else who usually pops in on the channel is usually just coming by to go, what the hell is this freak doing? And then they're out. I can't take this, man. He's freaking me out, man. I don't get it, dude. I just don't get it. Well, I understand. I don't get it either, so I don't claim to get it or understand. Hot. But yeah, I can't really focus on the channel today unless I were to grab a bunch of stuff and take it with me, right? And then I would probably only get about an hour in the back seat, and then I'd probably have to drive home, so I wouldn't really get any other time, and then I wouldn't get any time there because I'd be hanging out with family. So yeah, so there you go. There it is. There you have it. So it looks like I'm not going to get anything done on the channel today. We have about 10, 11 days left. We have 10 days, I guess, left in this month. And I'm going to lose a little bit of time. But 10 days should be enough for me to get February programmed. And if I can get February plus 2 weeks, so that's 8, well, maybe more than 8 weeks, 9, 10, so if I can get 10, at least 10 weeks programmed, then every 3 weeks I take a week and upload, and then 3 weeks on, or 3 weeks off, and then 3 weeks on uploading and creating, 3 weeks off doing stuff, and I think, and 1 week on. I think I can manage that schedule if in my spare time during the 3 weeks I were to do an occasional thing here and there with creating, so that when I got to that particular week of programming for a month, I would just have uploads, and I wouldn't really have to do any creating. You know, I could do that, because every week I have to create a video time machine episode. I have to do a weekly program guide. I have to do live shows, and I'm going to start doing live themed shows, where each show is going to have its own description and its own theme and its own topics. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I'm still trying to hash out how to work it into my schedule. Do I want to just start off, okay, Monday we're doing this, Tuesday we're doing this, Thursday, all the way through the week? Or do I want to do, every other Wednesday, every other Tuesday, alternating every other, and do something like that? So I'm bouncing around. This week we're going to do Tuesday show and Thursday show. The next week we're going to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show. And then back, and then back, and then back. And then that gives me a little time in between shows to get shit together and to do things and have a little time off. I don't know. First week of the month, it's Monday. The second week of the month, it's Tuesday. The third week of the month, it's... that won't work because of the amount of days and the amount of weeks, and sometimes we got 4 weeks, sometimes we got almost 5 weeks, right? So how do we do that? I think I'm going to keep the shows to 2 hours long, the themed shows, and I'm going to do them 5 days a week, but I'm going to alternate the time. It'll go do a morning show, and then the morning show will be over, and I come back in 2 hours, and I do a Monday movie memory show. And then on Tuesday, I do my morning show at 5, and then after that, I'm off for 4 hours, and I come back at noon and do a noontime show, right? Television Tuesday show. So that way I can vary my times and my days. So I'm not like every day at this schedule you're going to, maybe that's what I want to do. But it's going to have to work around my daughter's schedule. Therefore, the hours and the days may be different. So there's that. But, she comes first. School comes first. Her life comes first. If I got to be a driver on some days and not do a show, then that's it. I get up, I do my morning show, I get ready to, I do an hour-long morning show, I pack my gear, I take her down, I wait for her, or she gets a ride home, but I plan the days so that when she needs me, I'm there, and then I work my stuff around that. If I can take stuff with me and do something while I'm out for the channel, then I can do that. Otherwise, it's just on hold until I get back to the studio. I don't like to do stuff outside the studio because I can't rely on the service. I can't rely on the signal. I can't rely on the quality of the sound of the picture, right? I can record stuff while I'm out that is perfectly usable, but then I have to bring it home and edit it, and that can be some cumbersome bullshit, right? Or I don't want to mess with video, not right now. And I just haven't been into messing with video most of the summer, most of the winter too. I guess I got burned out last year, and the fact that I make so many videos every week that I really don't have time to work on anything else. So by condensing my schedule down to 1 week a month on the channel programming, that leaves 3 weeks a month to actually work on creative stuff, and work on more live programming. And I think I am going to be 5 days a week in the mornings, 5 days a week in the afternoon, and then 2 or 3 days a week in the evenings. Right? Nighttime nonsense and nostalgia may be Flashback Friday. Flashback Friday with nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. I think that's probably going to work for that, right? Throwback Thursday, we are going to be digging into machines. We're going to be looking at machines, and we're going to be dealing with what we use those machines for. Turntables, VCRs, 8-track players, that kinds of shit. So we're going to be messing around with that kind of media on Thursdays. Mondays, we're just going to be talking about movies. Made-for-TV movies, theater movies, films, old silent movies, whatever, and occasionally, and educational films, and we will be occasionally looking at a film together on the show, right? Tuesdays, we're going to just talk about television, just TV, commercials, TV shows, news, whatever, kids programming. Wednesdays is going to be all about old-time radio shows, old-time radio channels, all the way from the 80s all the way back to the beginning of radio. That's what we're going to do. So those shows are going to be on at different times during the day, depending on how my schedule permits. Yeah. I don't want to have to record anything, because recording stuff adds a whole post-production element that's kind of a drag, right? When everything is done perfectly live and I can hit a button and go to an end theme and it's over and it's all wrapped up in one neat little package, that's a lot easier. So to me, live is where it's at. If I want to create a video, right, from a bunch of gathered content and created content, that's different as well. Yeah, the whole 1 week of programming may not work as well. I may wind up continuing to program a little bit every day. Just program a little bit every day so that I continue to push myself out further and further and further ahead, so that eventually I can take a week or a month off in the middle of summer and do the reunion stuff, right? And the channels still go on. I take live stuff that I've done and put it into the live slots as recorded live stuff. The best of, hey, this week we're going to watch this show from that day. And do something like that. And then maybe do a live comments during that show. Hey, I'm watching the show with you guys. What's going on? So it's just going to, like I said, organic. That's my favorite word for this channel. And it's been with this channel since the beginning. And I think it's going to stay with the channel. It's the channel's word, is organic. We just let it happen. Just let it happen, right? Don't force it. If something doesn't feel good, just don't do it again. Or try it again later. Nathan Apollo, tickets go on. I don't know who that is. Yeah. Hey, phone, if you're listening, tell me you got Vienna tickets on sale. Now, that I want to know about. Vienna. I'm going to start taking some weird photos. I'm going to start doing some photos again. My wife just bought this great art easel, right, that's got paints and stuff, a paint drawer and a shelf to put stuff on. So I'm going to start collecting more and more art stuff, go out to my art box, start pulling it all together. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. I've also got another easel. We've got a shitload of canvas. And I want to get those hard canvas hardboards, right? I really like those. And I want to get into creating stuff again. I'm not, like I've always said, I'm just a pretender. I just get into something and kind of throw myself into it and kind of borrow and steal techniques until I create something that I enjoy looking at or enjoy listening to. Oh geez, what was I doing? So I want to get into music and art again, and just throw myself into it and just try to get some expression, just try to express myself a little, just leave some messages. I may paint some stuff and draw some stuff and create some things for the channel to give away, right? Draw a picture on, draw some stuff, paint some stuff on one of these days, like Throwback Thursday is going to be a day where I'm going to do stuff from the past, and that's a day to paint. That's a day to draw, a day to do beadwork, right? And bring out some of those old talents, the idea of working on machines is great because I've always been a tinkerer. I've always opened up machines and went, that's the problem, put it back together, and went, hey, I fixed it, right? So, or picking up a guitar and just saying, hey, look, this sounds cool, right? So I want to get into that. Hey, look, it's full. All right, cover me, I'm going in. Yeah, I mean, most newbies, even most people my age, would smoke as much weed as I smoke in the morning, and they'd be gone. They'd be loopy, right? And this barely gets me under control. This barely pushes that pain away, right? This barely makes me want to go out and socialize, right? It does just enough, and I gotta just pump this shit into me. Now, once I'm out and about and doing stuff, it's just all about pain management at that point. I'll take my little bat box with me and my little one hitter here, and I'll have one of these tiny little hits every hour or two, right? Just not a lot, just enough to every once in a while remind my pain to get the fuck away. But that's it. And to remind me to not freak out, to not get upset about stuff. So, we'll go out and I'll get somewhere, and then I'll get a little buzz on to deal with being with my in-laws, and then by the time it's time to go, I'm cool. Let's go now. And then it's great going out with my wife because I don't have to worry about driving all the time. I'd be like, nah, I'm not up to driving. Or sometimes she'll be like, I think I'll have a drink. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Go for it. So that's cool. Because we don't do the under the influence stuff. While I may be getting high this morning, I won't be getting high before I drive. And like I said, it barely hits me in the head. And it barely takes care of my pain, so it's not like I'm high or anything. And when you've been smoking as long as I have, you really can turn it on and turn it off, right? Hey, man, I'm goofy. Hey, I gotta go. Hey, I just remembered I got an appointment, and then everything is whoosh, it's gone. But some people can't do that ever. Their whole lives, they're smoking. They're like, man, once I'm silly. Oh, shit, man, I gotta be straight. Oh, shit. I can't do it, man. I can't stop laughing. I never do that. I'm never at that point to where I can't stop laughing. Unless that's where it's at, And then if something were to happen where it's like, that ain't where it's at anymore, then I'm out of it, right? But, yeah, I don't too often get silly. It's just not a part of that experience anymore. At least not for most of the time. Every once in a while I can be in here and have a little bit more to smoke and be watching a funny movie or show or something and actually feel like laughing out loud. And that's probably the marijuana speaking. But I'm not getting like giddy silly, like laughing until I'm, red in the face and crying. I haven't done that in decades. Well, actually I did a little bit of that last year when my friend was here. But it's been a year. That was a year ago. And that's kind of sad. That whole experience. It's really sad when you have to erase an experience, even though it was a good experience, but because of the person that was involved, you can't rely on yourself to remember any of those experiences without turning it into hatred for that person, right? So you just have to erase those memories, and that sucks, right? That just absolutely sucks, because I'm not one to, like, if an artist that I really enjoy were to do something horrible, it's hard for me to separate it's easy for me to separate the art from the artist, right? It's like, look, that wasn't them. That was art. That was this. You know, this music is different than what that person did in their spare time, in their real life, right? Like the whole thing with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is a horrible person for what he did. His TV shows, I Spy, one of my favorite shows. His TV show, what do you call it? Fat Albert, one of my favorite TV shows from when I was a kid, and I still enjoy watching those, and the lessons that he taught that he did not learn himself, all right? But those lessons are still good. That art is still good. It's a good thing to watch those, right? I can separate the art from the artist in a lot of respects. A lot of times I can do that. But sometimes I have a hard time separating the people that I knew from the horrible people that I knew from a good experience I had with them, right? That's difficult. That's hard to do. Mainly because I'm still too close to the experience and the idea of that person in my life, right? And then you want to hate yourself for having let that person in your life and for having not recognized what was going on in theirs that was so important to them that they could screw up the relationship with you, right? So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on right now on social media about, you know, you got to understand where people with drug addiction are coming from. Well, yeah, you also have to understand that the people that have had to be affected by those people, you have to understand where they're coming from too, and why they hate that whole situation, and why they can't just embrace those people, right? Because sometimes those people don't want to be embraced. They just want to keep fucking up. And those are the people that I'm talking about. Not the people that have been affected, that have screwed up their lives and then repaired it, and then have gone on to do great things, but the people that keep pretending to fix things just to use people, and then screw up, and then go and pretend to the next people that they're good, and then they just keep screwing up, and then they just keep dragging people down with them. That's the people I'm talking about. Those are the lousy fucking pieces of shit that just need to go away, right? That don't want help. Fuck them. You know? Yay for the people that want help and that can get help. But for those people who just want to keep fucking people over and using them, fuck you. Go waste away somewhere. Get the fuck away from me with your fucking shitty ass addiction. You know? If that's all you want, then go. You know? If you want help, well, that's what I tried to do. Fucking bastard piece of shit didn't want it. Well, fuck him then. Just gonna use me? Fuck you. And your fucking addiction. You know? Some people can and some people can't. Some people want to and some people don't want to. When it turns out that the people you really, really want to don't really want to, but they just want to make you think that, fuck that. You know, how fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? To use your oldest and dearest friends, you know? And while you continue to fucking use yourself. That's just fucked up. That's just so fucked up. Bastards. You know? How dare you? How dare me? How dare I think that I could fucking help somebody? You know? Bring that shit into my fucking house. And then make me feel guilty of, fuck you. Get your shit out of here. I'm glad that son of a bitch fucking ran out with his tail between his fucking legs. Piece of shit. No good fucking waste of a fucking human life. You know? Well, you know, yeah, no wonder his family never wanted any fucking thing to do with him. They could see it. They knew it. You know? They've already lived through it before. You know? Shit. Pfft. Stupid me, relying on past memories. You know, I was relying on 30-year-old memories to dictate how I was going to treat this person. not really realizing that for the last 30 years they were just in the shit. You know? Just still in the shit. Just going from one fucking addiction to the next, fucking themselves over, fucking people over, pretending that they were clean, and it's bullshit. You got cleaned up because you had to, motherfucker. You know, get your kids, or fucking pay the fucking county, or, you know, do what the judge told you. Fucking bullshit. You never wanted to fucking ever be fucking clean, you know? You never fucking liked yourself enough to not do that fucking shit. So, pfft. While smoking has destroyed my body, it's never once destroyed my life. You know? Fucking people. Fucking people, you know? Yeah, totally. Just watching Santa here jiggling around. His legs are wiggling. And it's this fan that's blowing over here, this heater. He's been blowing his legs around. Looks like I'm packing my bat box here for the day. Because wherever we go, I'll be sneaking off somewhere to take a hit on occasion. Like I said, I hope we get to make it by a guitar store, so I can just kind of get the feel, and then start thinking about, all right, look, I'm looking for this type of guitar, and then just start looking for some kind of side project that's gonna pay for it, you know, some kind of a little handyman gig, something I can build or create for somebody that's gonna do the financial trick to get me a little guitar, you know, and then I can start thinking about, you know, little effects pedals and that kind of stuff, because for the most part I'm just going to be sitting here running it into my audio video mixer and have headphones on and just sit here and fiddle around. And that's kind of what my thought is with the electric guitar, is to just get used to playing it again. And if I can do it live, then it's being recorded, and then it's still around. So if I actually do create something that's fun and entertaining, it's there, you know, and then I can splice it out and put it someplace if I want to, because it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So everything's still Vienna. I think I'm going to take I got my daughter today, so we'll just have her pipe it into the Spotify, because Undoubtedly is probably there, right? So we'll do that, and we'll be listening to a little bit of Vienna and some other stuff, and she can probably find some of that other music that we were listening to earlier this week at El Cid in Hollywood on Sunset. That was fun. So now we're going down to Temecula to see in-laws, and probably cruise on into Temecula to the mall, or hit one of the malls along the way, or outlets or something. But like I said, I am hopefully going to get a chance to stop by a guitar store, maybe a record and bookstore at some point today. That'd be cool. That'd be totally awesome sauce. Yeah. For sure, dude. Totally. For sure. You know, oh, there's my wife. The door is open. The morning is starting. We're getting all up and gonna go out. We're gonna do stuff. Da 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 da. Yeah, but just means I get to eat now. I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go, y'all. No more coffee. So yeah, gonna eat food. Consumption of nutrition. Hop Sing's kitchen is open, and I'm about ready to do something and get food up on here. Let's see. Yeah, I will be kind of busy all weekend. Going out today to Temecula. Tomorrow, probably get some work around here to do in town, and then, like I said, from here on out, throughout the whole holiday season, we're kind of busy every day, a little bit here and there. So I'll be doing stuff in the morning on the channel during the week, and then going out and doing stuff, and then coming back and doing more stuff on the channel. So I can do a split shift here, but by the end of the month, programming the channel out every month should be relatively simple. It'll just be a matter of every day making a couple of videos, and then, once a month just uploading a shitload of stuff. I hope you come back at 5 o'clock tonight and watch the video Time Machine, because it's a really, really good one. And they do air live. They're not premiered, so you can just put it on and play it anytime after 5. I used to do the premiere, but then you had to actually watch it when it started. And then after it was over, you could play it at any time. All right, people, I am going to get my act together and get out of here. Thank you for joining me. I will see you Monday morning. I am coming back. I'm still live for a couple of weeks, and then I'm gone. All right. This next week is it. After this next week, I'll be gone for a few weeks. So come back and say hi. You know what time it is. You know what to do. Be nice to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit and war. Be cool with each other. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too, because we're not alone. And it is the season of giving, so give a shit. Do something nice. All right? Most especially out there, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. All right, people, have a good weekend. Happy holidays. I'll see you Monday morning. Adios. Love you. Bye-bye.